Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Primetime 26, EK Trickzzy versus TD Fadantor. The belt is on the line. Joining me today are Cyrus and Mr. Valentine.
What's going on, brother? Glad to be here. Exciting night of fights ahead of us. Valentine, so many names ahead of a couple of your teammates. A couple of guys obviously teaming up against the title a little bit later on with Trickzzy. Always nice to see that man defend.
Definitely, mate. You know, always got love from Barbados out here. Just looking forward to TD and EK war. I know they might be interested in a couple of camp wars coming up. So really looking to see who's going to grab the belt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well,
notable fighters, of course, appearing on today's card. We've got Taccoboy in that main card, and purple Urkle deep in the prelims. Not one to miss. That guy brings the energy anytime that he's in the octagon.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, man, so does Two Soul, right? We always got the Two Soul who fights off his back foot and got a couple of joint sub in his back pocket. So yeah, I think there's a couple of really good matchups there. We got MTRANXIII matchup. We also got Dale Denton, the classic. Yeah. Just really looking forward to everything, bro.
Up against Pudgey, man, that's going to be one hell of a fight. BSD Pudgey, TMF Dale Denton, those guys are always throwing down. Honestly, Drivers was somebody that was sticking out recently as well. BSD Drivers looked like he was going to be a bit of a killer, but with all of that being said, guys, we've got so many stacked fights ahead of us. I think it's about time we get into our first fight of the evening. Going to be having a PlayStation bout to start us off. Hijjo, I think you say the name, up against Atakan. I think I'm saying that right?
Atakan?
Hijjo versus Atakan.
There you go. Leave that one to you guys.
I think I will. That's what we'll roll with.
Well,
hopping right into the action. Don't even get a second to breathe, Valentine.
Not at all, mate. Not at all. You know, when Holloway comes, he comes hard. 5-round fight. Let's see what these all get done in 3 rounds. Interesting that the Masvidal and Holloway pick in lightweight.
Yeah, you've got to imagine that the cardio is going to be there, obviously, for Max, but the power in lightweight, same as welterweight, so heavy for Masvidal.
Ooh.
Swinging in the pocket early, Masvidal enjoying a large reach advantage over Blessed Holloway.
Definitely. Coming in with the wheel kick and eating those 4 pieces. I know Holloway does have a high chin and high recovery. 97 recovery in lightweight, I believe, but might not do a lot of favors if you keep taking those shots this early onto the fight and whip round kicks like that.
He did a great job of landing that uppercut as well on the inside. Looks like we're seeing Holloway again a little bit loose, man. Spins are starting to get out from both guys. Jesus.
Oh!
Spinning and winning, but missing more often than not. Each guy wants to be more composed as we approach the midway point of this opening round. In some shots is Holloway.
Not wasting any time, brother. Like I said, the power of Masvidal. Answering back, though, lands a spin kick of his own.
Hey, man, you gotta hit those wheel kicks, right? I would just like to see him set it up a little bit more. You know, maybe spin to the body, get him thinking low so that he can land it clean rather than hitting his block every single time.
Sound advice from the master of spins himself.
Atakan doing some good work here, fighting off the back, not really trying to charge and be aggressive. Holloway, the one coming forward more often than not.
Oh, beautiful lunges.
Perfect evasive maneuvering. Gets caught a couple times there. Honestly, Holloway does seem to be having a little bit of trouble with the range.
Oh, elbow inside the pocket lands for Masvidal.
I mean, what would you suggest right now, Cyrus? Oh, he lands the front kick. That could be a good way to go forward. I was just going to ask, you know, what would you suggest for Holloway to find his range? Maybe try initiating clinch or takedown?
Yeah, I mean, some of those jabs are maybe a little bit more feints, to be honest with you. Oh, that was beautifully timed, though. Goes for it the second time. Catches him with it.
These guys, so creative in the striking department. Hijjo leaving nothing left unseen, no stone unturned, trying his best to give him every look he can, Valentine.
Definitely, mate. My only concern is if he's, you know, showing all his parts a bit too early into the round. As I say that, he lands another one.
It ain't broke down.
If he can land it throughout, then keep showing all the cards he can, right?
Oh, big front kick lands for Hijjo.
He's had 2 or 3 major techniques landing. That cartwheel kick, the front kick to the face, but like I said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. He keeps going back to it until his opponent's able to counter it. Nice elbow there!
Here comes Atakan. 15 seconds to work, and he's putting the pressure on, cutting out the cage, landing with game breath.
No way.
Recovery is going to make a huge difference coming off this, first round war.
Excellent point, mate. Excellent point. The damage obviously going in the favor of Masvidal that time, but the recovery is going to be huge for Holloway, I would imagine, in between rounds. But is Masvidal's stats as high in lightweight for recovery and the such?
Not necessarily.
Has a 93 recovery, but 95 chin and 91 cardio. So interesting health stats. Oh, don't need it when you have the Hawaiian stun. Blessed is down.
Yeah, the power is raining through. 1 or 2 shots is all is needed. Separates him back on him.
This could be it. Wow. Great survivability by Hijjo there.
Good job of standing up. He's not out of the woods though, guys. His head health is being obliterated right now.
Oh, I say that he does get rocked, and he's another uppercut. This might be it.
The Hawaiian not out of it yet. Atakan looking to silence the blue corner in the opening fight of Primetime 26.
Oh, mate. The frustration, the front kick misses. This has got to be it.
Yup.
Oh, my God,
the
man.
transition. Wow.
Wow.
Why would you separate? Why would you separate, though?
Why he chose to stand up? I hope he
And
has
another cartwheel kick. This guy's a maniac.
Oh, I thought he was going to go for the roundhouse wheel kick. That would have probably been a knockdown or even a knockout. That was clean.
Oh, my. He sits him down.
That's it. Atakan with the finish midway through the second round. That's a straight check left from hell.
Sleeps him with it, man.
Knockdown. I believe that was a double knockdown because he knocked him down with the straight and then landed the hook on the way of the knockdown.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nice little plug for JMMA at the end. Check that man out if you haven't already. I believe he may even be fighting on a little bit later on tonight.
Crazy way to kick off the card, eh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. PlayStation guys are always coming to throw down, man. Going to be going straight into another PlayStation bout. Going to be having HighRoller up against BamBamBigelow. I believe these guys are making their debut, but if we've seen one thing from the PlayStation side, those guys are always coming to throw hands, and we haven't seen too many grapplers on the PlayStation. A couple of them, but mostly they've been just absolute non-stop action start to finish with the hands.
Definitely, and I believe HighRoller, the name sounds too familiar for it to be a debut. I wonder if he was in the Grand Prix.
Potentially so, potentially maybe from one of the other promotions around as well. Obviously a lot of these guys coming through. I could be wrong, of course. I could be wrong. I don't remember the name, but maybe one of the guys in back will be able to update us as we get ourselves going here. This one's going to be in featherweight, guys. So many killers in featherweight, mostly strikers as we mentioned, but you've got a couple of nice submission threats like Brian Ortega, Volkanovski and the such. Does look like we're going to get a Brian Ortega pick now. They're not wasting any time for us as they load straight in.
They're keeping us on our toes, Cyrus. The production team has to be quick with these getting into the fights.
Aldo versus Ortega. I mean, how do you boys seeing this matchup go, right? One is a Muay Thai striker, the other one has a lot of potential on the jits.
You know, obviously with Aldo's takedown defense, 98 within the game, it's going to be difficult to get the King of Rio down there. But if T-City can do it, it will spell trouble for the Brazilian.
He also does have a strong bottom game there, Bane. You know, Aldo might not struggle that much on the ground. I feel like the way T-City can get the edge here might be on the feet with the range, given the reach and the length of Aldo's kicks.
Yeah, could be right. He's got a little bit of a slight reach advantage in the hands. I think that for Aldo, though, he definitely needs to go back to the Aldo of old, start to land those leg kicks often and early, really, really chew up that lead leg of Ortega and make him think twice about stepping into that range.
Big power and kick speed, even across all boards for Aldo, 96 apiece. So mentioned, those are deadly downstairs, but good shots from Ortega.
Wow, shoots the tailing takedown on Sekiosa this time around.
Brian Ortega got nasty jiu-jitsu. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm a little bit more fearful of Brian Ortega when he's on bottom. That full guard is so dangerous, especially with the rubber guard options he does have. But as you mentioned a little bit earlier on, Valentine, the defensive jits of somebody like Aldo is pretty highly rated.
Definitely, Cyrus. And I think, you know, what HighRoller is doing is right. He's working on building the GA, and he's not biting on too many feints, and beautiful denial there with the get up.
Back into his realm. Nice switch kick to the body there, Bane. Attacking him nicely, going to the well with it.
Really cognizant HighRoller is using that left hand and that left leg. I like how sort of that lead part of his body is really seeing some action midway through this first round.
Yeah. Oh, what an overhand from Ortega!
T-City with the big bomb. Level changes, gets the takedown, 2 minutes with which to work. Valentine, what would you do right here if you're T-City?
I mean, exactly what he's doing right now. Maybe implement a couple of teeps to the body to work on his range. But since he's got this fight to the ground, he didn't have a lot of success last time. So this time around, I might not work on those fakes and just go for the transition straight away, just to give a different look for, you know, Aldo.
It makes a big difference. Giving them all different types of angles gets them to you know, start to second guess what they're going to go through. Obviously, the power of Aldo's big, but so far so good for Ortega. He's been doing a good job of managing that range, just staying on the outside of it.
Definitely. I mean, from Aldo, I would like to see some, you know, classic Aldo combos, right? Lead body hook, leg kick, a straight lead hook, leg kick. Because Aldo can technically finish any combo with a leg kick.
And see him utilizing those legs pretty effectively. I love that switch kick that he's been throwing. It's been landing to the ribs of Brian Ortega and really bruising up the body of that blue corner.
Oh, what a combo!
Nice head movement from HighRoller there.
He doesn't go fully crazy with the combinations to follow it up in the last 10 seconds. Got the rock, probably felt like he took the round with it there, Bane. I mean, you got to both guys having moments of success, but got to be feeling pretty good after that late rock.
Oh, absolutely. If you're T-City, you're thinking, yeah, those 5 minutes definitely went more in my favor. Aldo, as Valentine mentioned, needs to work the lower legs a bit more, both on T-City and himself, right? Get the legs working.
Definitely, man. I agree. The whole reason I think he should work the legs is just to take the takedown power off Ortega. Because right now he's already gone for 2 takedowns. What people don't know is if your leg health is lower, the takedown stats do go down with it.
Oh, good combination here from HighRoller.
Yeah, he's getting active. Lovely duck upper.
Lead hook straight into lead hook.
Look at this!
Aldo pouring it on in the opening of the second round. So much time to work. Ortega goes for the double leg. Looks like Aldo may defend it. Maybe the game just decides to separate them.
Interesting. We always love EA UFC 4. Big leg kick could open things up to round parts midway through round 2 again. Oh,
well.
Double rear hook into a head kick. Not able to capitalize on anything there.
Man, if you are Aldo, you are kicking yourself. All the momentum that you just had is now gone. Landing with intent.
Lovely work. I mean, Ortega's really starting to put it all together there, Valentine. Legs, body, giving it all to him.
Definitely, mate. I think Ortega's doing a really good job of keeping Aldo guessing and keeping him on his toes. Literally, you know, giving him takedown defense looks, also leg kicks, body kicks, head kicks, everything. I think Aldo really needs to switch up the pressure now and make the cage feel smaller for Ortega. I think that's the best way to go for him right now.
Completely agree. Cutting off the angles for those leg kicks. So interesting that T-City's the one slamming the shin into the calf and thigh of Aldo and not the other way around. T-City shoots, drives him across the cage.
Wow, beautiful takedown defense by HighRoller.
Really had to dig deep for that one. His stamina was low on it. Nice head kick.
Oh, what's a head kick?
I think he's dead. It's got to be it.
No.
So close to getting him out of here. HighRoller trying to find the finish. Just under 2 minutes left to work in this second round. Valentine, what does he need to do to get it?
1-2 head kick. There we go. That's
1-2 head kick, brother. Yes, sir. Nice head movement. He just about keeps himself in that. Now goes to the rubber guard, and this is in Aldo in a world of trouble.
Right now, if I'm Aldo, I'm looking to fake a full guard, going into stack guard, gain more damage in, but unfortunately, he's not able to get that. Not the worst position to be in. Gets back into the rubber guard. I'm really looking for the stack guard right now because the head health is very, very low for Brian Ortega.
Mate, you got a denial off before this one. This could be terrible news.
Big submission or stamina advantage rather in this submission attempt.
I think he's going to be fine because the tracking is not the greatest right now for Old Town Roads.
Yeah, he's not getting in too deep there, Valentine. Looks like the escape is imminent. Great work by Aldo. Now going to find himself in that north-south.
Beautiful work for Aldo now here, but gets reversed for it. Have to think, though, that this round goes to the King of Rio with those knockdowns and the big striking moments that he had. Gentlemen, I think we are one apiece as we approach the final round.
I think that round might have been a 10-8.
Could potentially have been. I'd love to see the stats. It's hard to call in real time. These guys throwing so much action out there. That was a nice front kick by Old Town Roads. He's trying to get something going with Ortega, but the power of Aldo, the combinations just raining through.
Boom! There comes Aldo, but big up kick from T-City.
The up kick of doom always can be relied on.
Slip hook offerings from HighRoller not landing. This has to be close to being over. Ortega down again. HighRoller finishes it.
Roller gets the finish regardless of EA trying to put him a step back.
Wow. Great performance. Not utilizing every tool that the King of Rio has, but used the ones that were necessary to find the stoppage in just under a minute into that third and final round.
I mean, he came out here to make a statement. That really was Valentine. He came out to make a statement tonight, and I think he did so. He looked great start to finish. Really started to get his combinations going. Overwhelmed Ortega with them, and I mean, once he cracked the chin, I just felt like it was just over and over again. Every time he found a combination, Ortega was getting rocked or stunned, put down, and overall resulted in a beautiful display of his abilities tonight.
Definitely, and you know, we can't forget that he did have a huge setback in the first round, right? It did look like it was going for Ortega, and the adjustments he made in the second round, beautiful work there.
It's time to put on some weight and go to 170. Purple Urkle versus Two Soul to be contested at welterweight over on that PlayStation console. Cyrus, what do you make of this matchup?
Both guys, I mean, to be straight up with you, got a lot of skills. Tio Soul is somebody that we saw in some of his initial performances. Valentine, you were familiar with him in the past. He was kind of walking around the outside of the cage, really liked to counter-strike. And as of recently, he kind of made a bit of an adjustment to his game. He's shown that he can wrestle as well. Shown he's a bit of a problem there. So the combination between his counter-striking and his wrestling may be a little bit of a problem from Purple Urkle, but if anybody's going to get anything done here, Purple Urkle's the guy. He likes to walk forward, throws a lot of unorthodox strikes, makes for, you know, an interesting matchup. It's one of those ones where you may zig when you should zag.
Definitely, and I think it's a very interesting matchup for Wonderboy, because given Tony Ferguson's, you know, skill set, you should be able to keep him in range. I'm actually surprised he decides to close the range and enter his pocket.
Purple Urkle sitting in the phone booth and landing against El Kukui frequently. Getting overwhelmed is Joey. Huge knee for Purple Urkle there.
And those are the types of...
He does have two straight. Sorry to interrupt you, Cyrus. He does have two straights. He has the lunging straight, and he does have the normal straight that comes with his gear, which does more damage. Also guarantees you a hit stun because of the karate stance.
Nice. Okay, I did not know that.
Soul firing back with some uppercuts, partially blocked by Urkle. Big midsection shot there.
Now, Purple Urkle is not a guy that you know, tries to reserve his cardio too much. He's really going to start to throw often and early. He likes to get those combinations going and tries to land something flashy on you. Lovely head kick.
Purple Urkle says, he's like, I got stuff to do today. I got to get out of this fight early.
He ain't here for a long time. He's here for a good time.
He goes for the roll and he gets it. This can be bad, but it's not the strongest sub in the game, and he does not have the stamina advantage. But if I'm not wrong, if he's able to get this to the later stages, he might end up in a half guard.
He can actually end up in top mount if he doesn't get it, as he goes into side control on this one. I mean, it's interesting to note, last card we pointed out that nobody's got a leg lock so far in prime time, and a couple of guys accepted that as a bit of a challenge, so it'll be interesting to see if we see a couple of leg locks attempted throughout the course of the night.
That's huge. Tuso wasn't able to capitalize on the whiffed head kick. Now, Wonderboy, you know, as beautiful as his footwork and kicks are, he does lack bottom control in this game, so with grapple stamina. So if Tuso does manage to get this fight to the ground, maybe with another roll or
Oh.
takedown, I think he'll have a lot more success.
Great shot there from Soul, gets it down, but here comes an armbar from Wonder Boy. Obviously not the best on the ground in terms of submissions, 85 overall for Steven Thompson, so don't think he's going to be able to tap anyone out, but hey, gets a little bit of control time, Cyrus.
Yeah, you never know, man. It's all about the tracking, you know, the guy behind the controller. But, I mean, it looked like Ferguson was all over the defense there, not giving Thompson a whiff into that submission. Honestly, Tio Soul Valentine, he's doing a great job of making some adjustments right now on the feet, getting a little bit evasive with it.
Yeah, but I would just like to see him, you know, get his countering on point. All you need to do is throw a hook, a planted hook off those, you know, lunges, and that will be peak vulnerability damage, get you a rock, maybe even a knockdown, get you that edge that you're currently lacking right now, because Two Soul's body is not looking great against Wonderboy.
Oh, Purple Urkle assaulting the midsection, marauding those ribs throughout the first 5 minutes. You can see the striking differential is in his favor, but the stamina might be a conversation to have as this fight progresses. 94 recovery, but 95 cardio. So, Valentine, what do you make of his gas tank?
I think the stamina, yeah, as huge as it will be, it's not going to matter in this early 3-round fights, right? I think if it was a 5-round fight, it would be a different state, but I think Purple Urkle is smart enough to manage his cardio. As I say that Joey goes, Two Soul goes for an early takedown with a single leg turn, secures it, but keeps giving up the gets up there.
Oh, nice knees to the body. I mean, this is good work from Tio Soul. I think the more he can do this, the better he's going to get off Bane. Obviously, doesn't want to stay too long standing with Thompson landing all those shots like he did in the first round.
He does not want those roundhouses to the body. No, not at all. And here he is in top mount, gets into half guard. Wonder Boy needs to pop back up to the feet.
Now, Wonder Boy does not have a get up from his back on top mount. If Two Souls able to, you know, make no of that, that's going to be a huge, huge factor in his game.
Oh, good work from Urkle there.
Ooh, beautiful spin to the body.
Would like to see more lateral movement from Two Soul, right? Just a quick sway gets you out of the way of those big spinning back kicks.
Definitely, or even a simple sidestep, right? That's all it takes. Circling to your inside and sidesteps, and that's going to give open him up to a lot more takedown attempts.
Oh, look at this. Great movement on the ground by Soul, just flowing with the hips of Purple Urkle and not giving him any seconds to breathe.
Plenty of time to work with this as well, man. 2 minutes 20 on the clock. I mean, this is exactly where he wants to be. Nice work for him to get into the sprawl position, see if he's able to get up.
Oh, beautiful get up there. Manages to secure, takes his back, lands a knee of his own, and beautiful adjustment from Purple Urkle to go for that pre-denial on that takedown attempt.
Doubling up on the jab and then going to the roundhouse. Great work from Urkle, at least in the striking department. You can tell he's got a bit more urgency to keep it on the feet. 90 seconds remain in this second round.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
I'm surprised he didn't get that. The hit stun into the takedown. That was a really nice little animation he got going.
Definitely, and you know, this is what Two Soul did well at the beginning of the fight, where he just got him off the cage and went for a takedown again and secured it. So that was beautiful adjustment by Purple Urkle to deny it this time around. And he denies another turn.
Oh, beautiful takedown defense over the midway point of this second round for Purple Urkle. Never mind.
Held up
It's hard,
for a
like-
while, you know?
Yeah, he was doing good
Just
for a
goes for
bit.
Kimura. This might be dangerous. Before 20 seconds.
Can Urkle survive to the third round? 10 seconds remain. Needs to get away from that blue bar.
Oh, El
I think
Kukuy's doing it.
Yeah, I
He's-
think he'll be fine. Yeah, he's fine. But what
Wow.
this leads to is the interesting part, because going into third round, Two Soul now has a game plan he might not have had before, which is to go for another sub, because that was way too close for comfort right there.
That would have been finished if there were 10 more seconds. You can see 2.5 minutes of control time, Cyrus. That is a lot of domination, at least on the grappling.
It really is, and he needs a lot more of that. I mean, the first round, let's be frank, that was all his opponents, all Wonder Boy round one. all Ferguson round 2, so tale of two halves, third round to go, all to play for Valentine. You're the resident wonder boy. What does he do to keep this fight standing? Obviously, other than, you know, camping out the takedown defense.
Teeps, side kicks, side steps. That would be my go-to right now, because if he's not able to get in range with you, how is he gonna get, you know, close enough to take you down?
Excellent point, brother. Keep him at range, keep him at bay with those rangy shots. Wonderboy does have a large range, reach advantage in this fight, I do believe. This is nice.
Beautiful takedown defense.
Yeah, more and more of that, man. He needs to keep doing that. If he can force these takedowns out, he's going to have a lot of success.
Wish that 5-star snap jab of Ferguson was used a little bit more. Great kick though from Skull. I think.
And one thing we also.
Snap jab.
Sorry, Bane. One thing we also noticed is Two Soul keeps, you know, preferring to go down on the turns. If Purple Urkle is able to make a good read on that, that's going to be huge. Now, this denial is big. I'm surprised he does not go for a submission there. Instead, decides to take his back and let him off when he had a huge damage.
That was one of those opportunities for a max damage counter, but not able to take a hold of it. Once again, he's going to be kicking himself if he isn't able to close out on one of those counters in the near future. Had a lot of opportunities for them so far.
Oh, the body. Oh, the body is not looking great for Tony Ferguson right now. Wonderboy doing the damage to the midsection. Goes for a double leg bail into a trip secure sit. Let's see what he's able to do with it. Gives him up. Oh, wow. I thought he was going to give up his back.
Oh,
goes for the top man. Gets denied. Goes for it again.
Oh, my.
Wet.
That's got to be frustration. I mean, Purple Urkle's got to be feeling incredibly confident now. 2 minutes left to go. Your opponent just gave up that reversal.
Definitely. And I would just be focusing on that body right now, because Wonderboy's chin is not going to give up on him this late into the round with that much of head health left. I would just be working Ferguson's body over his head, given the recovery stats.
Imanari roll not there. Wonderboy successful in defending the takedown once again. 90 seconds remain. Can he make an impact and get some significance in these strikes? Yes, he can. Oh, gosh. I feel for the liver of T. Ferguson. Here comes Wonderboy mixing it up.
And he goes back to it again and again.
Oh, body hook gets the drop. Not able to jump on him.
Go there for too soon, but you have to think.
There is plenty of time to get this in. There is not big of a stamina advantage, and this isn't the strong sub as Kimura was. So I do not see Purple Urkle having a lot of struggling.
Looks like he's about to escape. This is good defense from Thompson. Probably going to find himself in a pretty dominant position. Could decide to hold it if he wants to. Top mount, 15 seconds. This has been an incredible fight. How are you guys scoring it going into the decision?
I'll go Wonderboy, bro. I think the knockdown secures his fight for me. He had round 1. Even if you give round 2 to Ferguson, round 3 was easily 10-8.
Yeah, I think. Agreed.
Sorry for that. No, Soul, what are you talking about? That was a great scrap, good 15 minutes. Each guy fought very effectively. It's just a difference in game plans, right? If you're El Kukui, obviously you want to edge it in the grappling department. But if the guy's got great takedown defense and he's also lining up on the feet, the answer is inevitable. Purple Urkle getting the hand raised tonight.
Yeah, nothing to be ashamed about. Tio Soul just wasn't his night. Like I say, Wonderboy was looking fantastic though. His ability to strike, the ability to mix up between his shots, kind of really giving him different looks at the same sort of thing. Great work all around, man. Another fun fight to take us into the prelims. Does move us straight on to the next one, my man. That's going to be TK Omplata up against BSD Big E. These two guys, very, very fun and entertaining strikers coming through the promotion. Seen them have a couple of fights out so far. I don't know if either of you have had the pleasure of fighting them or calling their fights in the past from memory.
I believe I had a couple with Omplata, but it has been a while, so my memory does not do me any favors there.
I've seen Omplata fight on several occasions. Can't remember too much specific about it. But again, that TK camp is dangerous. But the same can be said for the body snatcher's degree. Big E, very well versed at all aspects of the game. This one is sure to Not disappoint.
I got-
Sure
for
to entertain.
I got you, bro. We got I think it was Yusuf or Sadiq Yusuf pick up against Aldo, if my eyes did not deceive me. Like I said, these guys are fun strikers. I expect to see an action-packed brawl to kind of continue on these early prelim fights that we've got. Yes, and it is. Big E is Aldo. Sadiq Yusuf, Omplata. Expect fireworks in this one.
Wow, Super Sadiq. Not a pick that we see too often, Valentine.
Definitely, and Sadiq is someone who's deceivingly powerful, right? He's got the frame of a welterweight in featherweight and the power of a heavyweight. That boy lands. I believe he's got 5-star or 4-star hooks. So if you're able to get those rear hooks in and uppercuts in, it could be an early night for Aldo, unless he's doing what he's doing right now, just not letting Sadiq get his hands into play.
You can see a lot of respect shown from the Body Snatchers member, right? Just picking his shots, being selective, but being active enough so that Omplata can't sit down on anything.
Beautiful catch in the body kick there.
Yeah, being very, very cognizant of the defense is Aldo, and you know, doing a great job of swarming the range when he gets an opportunity. He's kind of doing green, red, green. He's either all the way out or all the way in, and doing great work in between. But as you mentioned, Valentine, got to be careful of that power of Sadiq. He hits so hard.
You can see just that lead uppercut sort of shook the eyes of Jose Aldo.
Definitely there, Cyrus. I think what they're doing is good so far, especially Sadiq with the leg checks and return leg kicks, because you do not want Aldo to get comfortable with his kicking, right? You also want him to check back, but not necessarily check back, think low, because he does have steel checks, which is going to do twice as much damage to you.
Yeah, for sure, brother. Just giving him those looks, right? Making him press the button, at least lower his hands. Right now, though, he's doing a great job, is Aldo, of just peppering up the block, if nothing else, landing some good shots in between. Looks like Sadiq is trying to get some work to the body going, Bane, but... Oh!
Look at the salt from Sadiq really burning that eye and just forehead area, because when those uppercuts land, there is a significant reaction from Aldo. Head tips up towards the ceiling. Same can't be said on the other side. Aldo peppering, but Sadiq landing with bad intentions.
Oh.
Sometimes peppering might, you know, all it take there, Bane, because if this fight goes to the third round, we definitely know it's going to be very hard for Sadiq to keep up with Aldo's footwork. Not that Aldo has the greatest footwork in the game, but I believe Sadiq's lacks compared to Aldo, just by the way these guys are moving.
Yeah, you
Aldo
got
does have 92 footwork.
92. Yeah, these guys are really doing a good job of throwing leg kicks and you know, checking each other's leg kicks as well. It's been an absolute masterclass of throwing and checking leg kicks so far.
Now, Omplata has, you know, implemented a couple of pullback into a rear hook there. If Aldo is able to, Big E's able to make a read on that and just duck teep or duck overhand, it might be an early night for Omplata.
Oh! Oh! Mate, he's cutting off the cage as well right now. There's a good job of Sadiq just circling out, buying himself a little bit of range, but he is not out of the woods, man. Aldo is firing still.
Big E just standing and trading right in front of him, as you mentioned, cutting off the cage. This is beautiful pressure from the BSD member. 10 seconds remain in a round that was largely the King of Rio.
Oh, man. Yeah, Aldo looking so clean in the early going, man. I mean, Sadiq Yusuf landing some good power shots of his own, Valentine, but Aldo just so far, like you say, just being a little bit fresher and a little bit cleaner on the footwork side of things.
Definitely, Cyrus. And one thing we've seen, well, earlier today and in the past, right? Winning one round doesn't necessarily mean you win the fight. We've seen guys come back from worse, so you cannot count anyone out, let alone someone who's playing Sadiq, where all it takes is one punch.
Honestly, an excellent observation, and especially somebody like Omplata. He's been around for a little while. He's put on good performances. This isn't the first time he's seen a bit of adversity, or maybe the first round hasn't gone his way, so he's going to dig deep, try to go to his tool bag of tricks, landing a nice little uppercut right there, and maybe combinations and starting to try and land that power on Aldo's chin is the answer there, Bane, that he's been looking for.
Potentially, but it's getting neutralized by the pressure of Big E. He is just suffocating Omplata right now, standing right in front of him, being so good defensively. Not a lot of openings or holes in that guard.
Definitely, Bane. I think he should just switch up the pace, give Aldo, you know, make the cage feel smaller for Big E, because right now Omplata is on his back foot, and Sadiq might not be the best character to use to be fighting off your back foot.
Yeah, right now, going second is just getting him chewed up. I mean, Big E doing a fantastic job of working combinations, hiding and disguising the leg kicks. And every time one of them lands, you feel the power just brutally raining into the thigh area of Sadiq Yusuff time and time again.
Oh. Oof. Whiffs that leg kick. Oh, beautiful duck on the lead overhand. Goes for a
there from
takedown.
Sadiq.
I'm not too familiar with Sadiq's ground stats, but he's got a lot of power. So if he's able to secure any of these positions, posture up, and get some of the shots off, you've got to imagine that's going to be bad news for Aldo.
I mean, I don't see Francis having the biggest of ground stats, but if that man gets some tough on, we can all agree it's a great night. So
Touché, brother.
Great get up there from Big E, though. Just under 2 minutes left to work in this second round, and still really controlling and dictating the pace of this scrap.
Oh! And then the leg kick.
Look at this combination!
Into a set. He's not going for the finish.
No.
We have seen this bite your back a lot of times. That might just cost him the fight. I hope it doesn't. But if it does, lesson learned.
Valentine, you took the words right out of my mouth, brother. I was about to say, I hope that doesn't come back to bite him in the ass, because we've seen it too many times, but Sadiq Yusuff is the type of guy that's got the power to do it as well, which is the scariest part, but so far so good. I mean, look at these combos!
That's it! Omplata unconscious on the canvas. Big E clips and dips and silences the TK member.
Beautiful work. BSD going to be feeling proud of their boy Big E this evening. Another big performance from him and landing beautiful combinations. Once he got it going, Valentine, there was no stopping him.
No, definitely, mate. I think I still disagree that he's excuse me, English, please. I still disagree that he didn't go for the finish there. But I'm glad to see that didn't stop him from grabbing that dub from Omplata.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb
Great fight once again. There, Bane takes us on into the next one, brother. We have non-stop action start to finish. TSG Storm up against Cartzd up next. PlayStation once again making themselves known. Honestly, every single fight has lived up to it, but especially, like I said, the PlayStation guys always coming out with brawls nevertheless, so I cannot wait to see this one.
Definitely going to be a banger, dropping down 10 pounds to 135 at bantamweight. There are so many options. Of course, one of the best Dillashaw to ever do it. Great all around, just versatile is kind of the definition of a TJ Dillashaw pick. But Petr Yan, you've got Jimmy Rivera is also in there. A couple picks that maybe aren't entirely common. Sugar Sean O'Malley, to name a few, Valentine.
Definitely, Bane. But I thought you were being sarcastic when you said there are a lot of good picks, because, you know, there's Yan, and then there's Petr Yan, there's Petr Yan, there's Peter Yan. There's lots of interesting picks to be had there. And as I say that, we get one of the Yans against the Sterling. Now, we do have the real champ and the paper champ. Let's see how this fight turns around. No illegal knees, lads.
No,
Absolutely. A striker versus a grappler. In terms of everything, health stats also edge to the Russian.
Interesting start for Sterling with a spin from Cartzd. Good, lunging jab from Petr Yan. This is what Cartzd needs, though, man. Take down early with Aljo, make his grappling known. He's got great top control submissions to go with it, and his ground and pound is pretty nasty as well, Valentine. So no matter which way he gets it going, there's plenty of options for that man.
Definitely, Ryan. That's a beautiful nowadays, Harris. I think I completely agree. Ground and pound. Everyone, in my opinion, should try and grapple. Not necessarily be a grappler, but just give them something else to think about. Because if they're worried about the takedown, like he threw that spin kick, that might just win you the fight.
Yeah. Nice work.
Things to note, Jan's bottom control is 91, so not entirely outmatched when his back is on the canvas. And you're seeing that sort of effective here early. denying and still controlling, even when he's not in the dominant position, Cyrus.
And that's one of those things as well there, Bane, where Peter Yan's got a sneaky ability of making his opponents gas just by kind of absorbing their, kind of their energy in those first kind of round or twos. And that's through his ability to just have fantastic cardio. He recovers great in between rounds, and, if he plays it patient on his bottom, he has the technical abilities to stop a lot of the attacks, but nice arm triangle, probably just feeling him out at this point, Valentine.
No, definitely. I don't think he has the stamina to go for it. Plus, that's probably not the best sub from Hijjo, but it might just be a feel-around process. Giving Storm, something to think about in the meantime, maybe to help him prevent a sweep from a pre-denial on top map. Who knows?
So fast. Yeah, he's staying active, man. Staying very, very active on top, and you gotta love to see it. It's not one of those kind of lay and pray position, situations. He's really trying to get after it, getting any type of damage or submission opportunities he can off.
He did go for the Peruvian necktie, which was denied, and he denies the get up again, and he went for the same side. I would have loved to see him go for another submission there, maybe a bulldog choke or an anaconda choke.
There you go.
Oh, get up there for no mercy. 60 seconds left to work. Have to think Storm wants to make up for lost time in this opening round.
Ooh. Yeah, and this is the thing, when you've had somebody down for so long, you know that they're going to come at you like a bat out of hell. So Carter's going to be aware of that. Has to be looking for the pull counters. Storm needs to be educated about what he decides to throw over these final 30 seconds, Valentine.
If he's able to land one of those, ducking roundhouse over those pull counters, I thought it was a late denial with the stamina drop, but I just realized the stamina drop for Cartzd. A beautiful hip toss there just to get the pressure off his face. I mean, I give this round to Cartzd. I think he did beautiful work on the ground with the submission attempts, securing some points there, and also ground and pound.
I think I'd agree with you there. I mean, just the top control alone, Bane, really kind of set him apart in that round, I think.
Especially with the absence of really any significant striking. That's where it just goes all to control time, and Cartzd really dictated where that first round went. Big right there to start things off in round 2.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, and it's one of those things, Valentine, when you've been laid on top for the first round, taking some damage, you can lay in some frustration. I was going to say that may be the case, but Storm's coming out active and landing some shots in this second.
Yeah, now Yan does have force of nature, so if he starts to do more damage to you, you need to be really careful and take the fight to the ground. As I say that, he does take the fight to the ground, where I think he's had decent success, not necessarily anything that's game-changing so far. But who knows?
It all stacks up, brother. It all stacks up for sure every second. All of these shots, whether they be in dominant or non-dominant positions, just kind of really gets into your opponent's mind and stacks up, time in your favor in the eyes of the judges.
No, definitely. I mean, Bane, if you are Yan, what do you look to do here other than stop his takedowns? Do you look to reverse him?
I would do exactly what he was doing later in that first round. Be patient and camp the denials, right? Because he was having so much success mitigating Cartz's movement when he was in that sort of sprawl position, and that ultimately led to him getting back to the feet. So being patient, recognizing and knowing from those first 5 minutes what the reads are going to be, and then ultimately trying to pop back up to the feet. 2:40 left to work midway through still, and a lot of time left for Storm to get back into this one.
Yeah, and he has a lot of time to work. Like you say, being patient is definitely going to be the way forward. He has a final round where he can really throw everything at the kitchen, like the kitchen sink or the wall if needed. But he can't give anything away. Some of these positions are going to be really, really bad for him, especially with a, real all-round ground threat like Aljamain Sterling on top of you.
Definitely, and Yan, I don't see Cartzd setting up any subs anytime soon, but he does have beautiful denials. This might be a good time for a sub. He does go for the bulldog choke. The tracking seems to be a little bit off. Might not be able to secure anything there just yet.
Seems like Cartzd is definitely more of just a positional and suffocating wrestler. Not a lay-and-pray approach, because as I said, he has been really doing some damage and trying to search for the submissions, but not really successful with any of them. Moving forward, would have to think kind of emphasizing on finishing that. He just sent a message in the Twitch chat. That is hilarious.
Right, now he's staying very, very calm and composed in these top positions. He's getting off ground and pound when he can, but as you alluded to there, Bane, he's not pushing forward and trying to get a finish at the cost of losing one of these positions. So he's happy to do the damage as long as he's going to be able to maintain these dominant positions and not throw anything away.
Hey man, if you're a true Jits, it's always position over submission, right?
Yes, sir.
So I would much rather hold my position than go for a submission and give up my position. So beautiful flick to side control there. For those of you who don't know how to do that, when you have a significant stamina advantage, all you gotta do is posture up, hold LB and RB, and then flick to the side. Your half guard turns into side control.
5 more minutes remain at 135 between the Funkmaster and No Mercy. Storm potentially down on all scorecards as we head into the third and final round. Needs a finish, at least in my opinion, gentlemen.
I agree with you. Yeah, I think going into this round, I don't know if you'd agree, Valentine, cage-cutting pressure and just really trying to force these takedowns is all that he needs. Cannot take a back step, in my opinion.
Oh!
That might not be needed with the pull-back elbow followed by a head kick. Beautiful work from Cartzd. He returns there with a spinning back fist. If anyone can get back from this position, it is Yan. And he follows it up with...
Look at this combination!
Goes for a jab, overhand, not able to secure anything there. The ground, this is very dangerous. He has a huge stamina advantage. This Harris goes for the Kimura.
This is what he needed, that combination, that brute force forward, but it's given him an opportunity to put himself in a very dangerous position. He bails on it, but not out of the woods yet. Aljamain's dangerous everywhere. Rubber guard throwing up there.
Storm needs to get out of this posture up and get back to the feet. It is integral. Not going to happen, though. Cartzd with the reversal of positions.
It's much better to have Hijjo on top than on the bottom, given the rubber guard. But so far, Cartzd has had nothing but success being on top with the denials and dominant positions over Storm. He gets another choke. Now, this is one of the strong subs to go from this position.
You can see there's a massive stamina advantage to Cartzd in this one. Can he finish it? So much time left in the round to work. Storm getting a little bit antsy with that red bar. Tracking is catching up, Cyrus.
Yeah, when it gets past that halfway mark, I've said it too many times now, the tracking really starts to let your bar go up higher and higher. It gets deeper and deeper as he goes on, and it's got it!
That's it! Cartzd finds the finish midway through the third.
Wow, that was one hell of a submission. Peruvian necktie, I think that may be the first time we've seen one so far. He's got to be feeling very, very good with himself after that performance.
What's there not to feel good about, right? You dominated the man on the ground and then literally started off by getting a rock. It did have some adversity with the back fist there, but managed to secure the takedown and finish it with the sub.
Yes, sir. I mean, honestly, non-stop action, start to finish as expected, guys. It takes us straight into our next bout. It's going to be on the Xbox platform, BSD TDRIVERS, somebody I was saying to watch out for, up against the LW Bucko. Honestly, I actually know both of these guys to be serious killers. I haven't actually fought against Drivers myself yet, but I've seen him on previous performances and he looked very, very good, enough to the point where I remember him and he's standing out as somebody that I need to look out for. And I have actually sparred against Bucko, who tan-assed me for about 5-6 fights in a row. Now, I may not be the prodigy I used to be, but coming out the way he did, I expect big things of him in the promotion going forward, guys.
Absolutely.
Definitely, mate.
Body Snatchers are 1-0 tonight. Let's see if that can continue with TDRIVERS.
We have seen, TD. Excited to see how these guys pan out.
No, for sure, man. Sorry, I do think the stream may have died out for a second. These guys are now about ready to go. Looks like we are having TJ Dillashaw up against Rob Font, if my eyes did not deceive me.
Interesting matchup.
Apologize, Yan and Font.
bit more even in the striking than it was in the previous one. Aljamain, of course, grappler. Font has good hands as well. A little bit lower in terms of all stats, but not too far, Valentine.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree on the stats. It does look a little bit lower, but I think Font is probably the only one in this division to match Jan's 1-2, simply given the reach advantage that he has. And it was a 5-star boxing combo, if I'm not wrong.
I think you're right, brother. I think you're right. And just on that point, I mean, I personally feel that Rob Font is just the perfect counter to the Jan in bantamweight. He just feels really, really good in this matchup. Now, Jan, obviously, that being said, still a very, very dominant pick. You see how powerful he is in every position.
Oh, great kicks to the midsection there. Bucko feeling that one. Drivers finding that 1-2 after a Jan entry, right? An attempt from Bucko and then a 1-2 returns.
Yeah, we've got Bucko using Peter Jan, TD/Drivers as Rob Font, and so far he's doing a good job of holding the center, as you mentioned, that 1-2 just like a piston firing out there. A couple of wayward shots from both guys, though, which, you know, may play a bit of a factor on their stamina going on to this fight, especially with the body work that both guys are trying to put out there.
Beautiful leg work from Bucko there, but I am getting worried that he's getting too caught up in the legs, because the game isn't as rewarding for the legs as it is for body. If you want them to think low, I would prioritize going to the body. Intercept with the spinning elbow secures it. Let's see what he can do from here.
Each guy kind of missing shots a little bit, whiffing and hitting air midway through the first round, but landing pretty frequently and often. Big kick to the midsection from Bucko.
Regardless of how much you miss, it's what you land, right? There you go. As I say that, he rocks him with the spinning elbow, rocks the body, goes for the head with the lead hook, rear uppercut, lead hook, and
That's it! That's it!
Knockout of the night! Clip that shit!
What a stoppage! Sends him flying. It looks like he got hit by a bus. Flew across the octagon like he's Superman, but instead he is super dead. Unconscious is T-Drivers. Bucko, massive lead overhand.
Bucko making a goddamn statement with that finish. All he needed was one rock. He got the spinning elbow rock. He went for the body, came up with the rear uppercut, lead hook, rear uppercut into a straight overhand.
Oh my God, I could watch that finish on repeat for 8 hours and not get tired. Just crumpled it. That's like when Andy comes back into the room. All of Andy's toys have to hit the ground and pretend that they. That's Toy Story out here.
Yeah, and that was a crazy knockout. Absolute savagery on display from Bucko. What a combination to close out that fight. No shame for TD/Drivers. I know that man's a savage, but Jesus, Bucko turned up tonight, my God. LW got to be proud of that man with a combination and a finish like that. That's a statement for him and his camp going forward for sure, man.
Big shout out to my man Dova Blazing in the chat. Victorious earlier on Agro's called, got a Peruvian necktie on his own right. Big shouts to that guy.
Well, God, man. Well, God. I like these fights. They are just getting better and better as we progress through them. This next one's going to live up to all the hype as well. We're going to be having Havoc up against BSD MTRANXIII. The Mike train is back on the tracks, trying to get going this evening, up against a tough opponent in Havoc that you know, is a well-rounded, all-round threat. So interesting matchup once again, guys. This one going to be in the welterweight division. Varied picks depending on your play style. So lots and lots of options for these guys.
Absolutely. I'm expecting a massive out from Mike Tran. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No, we're just gonna say the same exact thing.
You know, Mike Tran, he's a lovely lad. You know, I've sparred with him multiple times. He has beautiful footwork and head movement. I just hope he's able to stay composed, because that is what cost him his last fight. So if he is able to be composed, I don't see a lot of people in the prelim card giving him tough work.
Here we go. As suggested, Masvidal is picked. Anthony Pettis potentially for Havoc. Yes, it is. The Taekwondo standout Anthony Showtime taking on Gamebred. Seems that their existing history is 1-0 to the hype train. Mike Tran.
Yeah, no, BSD. Well, I mean, look, all around, you've got to say that Anthony Pettis has those beautiful kicks, right? BSD one-on-one going in tonight, so you know that Mike Tran's going to be trying to land that power, use the boxing to his advantage. The main thing, though, has to be careful of is just the kicks. maybe swarming the distance, Valentine? Kind of crowding Pettis is the way forward. How do you think he should approach it going into this one?
I think staying in the pocket and circling to his inside, because a couple of things Pettis does really well is manage distance, right? And that's he utilizes spin kicks to do that.
Oh.
So if you're in his pocket and if you're circling to his inside whilst doing that, you're going to catch him off with a couple of hooks and end the fight then and there. It really comes down to it's easier said than done. He does go for the teep into a wheel kick, was it? Or a switch?
Question mark, I think. I believe it's a question.
Oh!
Cartwheel
Goes for
action
cartwheel. Continues. Big left hand. That hook has landed a couple times on Tran.
Starting actively for the cartwheel kick. He is throwing caution to the wind, trying to land something big and flashy in the opening going. Havoc not wasting any time, letting go with the hands tonight.
Oh, Mike Tran, though, beautiful combination. You can see got Havoc's attention right there.
Yeah,
beautiful oblique spin to the body.
The Mike train is not an easy one to derail. He may take a little bit of a beating, but what a sit down!
The cartwheel kick sits Mike Tran down. Now, if he didn't know, all it takes is a jab, because if you throw a jab at the right time against a cartwheel kick, you will knock them down. It doesn't have a huge.
Oh my God!
Oh, that was another teep into a question mark kick. Beautiful combinations coming from Havoc there.
Yeah, he's really letting it go. Sorry, Beney, he really is letting go, going for the kicks, going to the hands as well. I mean, all-round troubles for Mike Tran in the opening half of this round.
There's so much to deal with. There's so much data that Havoc is giving Tran to download and process that it's exploding the servers. I mean, what do you do when a guy's throwing multiple cartwheel kicks and oblique kicks and spinning back kicks? It's just a lot of strikes that Tran is having a difficult time reading, but still making some shots right there.
Ooh, beautiful spin to the body, doubles up on it, gets it both times in. I mean, to answer your question, Bane, I think he should use his RTRB retreat on lunges. This is where circular movement comes in handy and not lateral, right? If you're going to be lateral, you need to know your range, but to be safe, you can just use circular movement to dodge all of it. As I say that, he needs another cartwheel kick, and that gets him another knockdown. Havoc is truly causing havoc in the first round of the fight.
The chin of Tran has been cracked and tested. However, that 94 power of Masvidal, if it lands, you can see that there is effect on the head of Anthony Pettis. I think Tran should pressure a lot more, cut off the cage, use leg kicks, and come in with some heavy shots.
I agree with you, Bane. I agree with you. Obviously, like you mentioned at the beginning as well, Valentine circled maybe a little bit towards that power side, take away the spin that Pettis does have, but cannot continue to sit in that kicking range because so far so good. Pettis raining home.
Beautiful shot to the body from Showtime there.
Now, I would like to see, Mike Tran be a bit more contingent on his stamina, because Masvidal doesn't have the greatest cardio, and you do not want to go into a second round or third round fight with very little cardio to face a Pettis.
Especially with these body strikes being landed as well there, Valentine. He's been going to it often and early with the spins to the roundhouses to the body. You can see it's been taking a bit of an impact already at this case of the fight at the second round. Honestly though, great work from Havoc. He's been so unorthodox going for those cartwheel kicks. Mike Tran's got to be feeling a little bit frustrated that these unorthodox strikes are landing on repeat.
He is doing a good job of blocking a lot of the follow-up strikes, though, behind the guard, sitting behind it, letting the strikes bounce off the forearms. But that strategy is not going to work as the fight progresses.
Lock is only able to sustain so much. Mike Tran is trying to get something going. He's leading with the straight at range. I would like to see him utilize his jab a little bit more efficiently. That was a nice little jab leg kick right there, trying to load up on the block.
Look at that big spinning attempt right there from Havoc, but Mike Tran sitting in the pocket and trading with him.
Yeah, I mean, if he can get this into a bit of more of a brawl, and I feel like that favors Mike Tran, even with the damage being slightly against him and the stamina. Pet is not exactly known for his brawling ability, but he's just doing a great job of getting in there. Just keep touching him up at the edge of range, and just making sure that something is constantly in Mike Tran's face over and over.
Oh, beautiful work there from Havoc, disrupting Mike Tran. 2:50 remain in this second round. Midway through, seems like it's been all showtime. But MTRANXIII, big uppercut right there, Cyrus.
Yeah, he's got power in the Masvidal hands, so all it's going to take is one clean connection. But my God, the cartwheel kick again sits him. Got him stunned, trying to pressure up. That's a beautiful slip.
MTRANXIII, here comes MTRANXIII. The train is running through Havoc Station. 2 minutes remain. Havoc on the back foot.
Yeah, try not to get violated on this one. He's had so much success. Nice check hook from him.
Oh! How has MTRANXIII not gone down in this second round, eating so many shots, but still here in the pocket, pushing forward?
Giving him everything he can, Valentine. These guys not trying to go to a judge's scorecard this evening.
No, not at all, mate. Not at all. I mean, beautiful work from MTRANXIII to come back from that hard first round. As I said, he keeps eating those cartwheel kicks.
Brother, that's like 6 of them, I think.
They're too delicious. MTRANXIII can't get enough of the cartwheel.
Laser focused. I mean, crouching tiger, hidden cartwheel kick. I don't know. Some craziness coming out of Havoc this evening.
It definitely is. It definitely is. And they both head health is significantly low. Masvidal does have a better recovery than Pettis. So going into the third round, I don't know how it's going to go, to be honest with you. He shoots for a takedown, maybe a panic wrestle there, secures it, buys himself some time to get to the third round to live and fight another round.
Yeah, I mean, he is in deep waters going into this third and final round there, Bane. Pettis has looked so clean going forward. What adjustments, if any, can Masvidal make going into this final round?
More pressure. That is all I can say. When MTRANXIII was sitting in the phone booth, he was still taking damage, but it was less, and it wasn't those big spinning attempts that he was eating throughout the majority of this fight. If he's cutting off the cage and really making Havoc work with the hands, I think that only benefits him through the next 5 minutes.
As you say,
check left right there. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. 30 seconds into the third round, MTRANXIII silences Showtime Havoc.
He turned up for BSD this evening. They were 1-1 going into this one. Did not want to let them go 1-2. Dug deep for that victory. Maybe listened to you a little bit, Bane. Maybe heard you. Came out swinging in the third round and able to find the mark to put his opponent away. Beautiful, beautiful work and all round a fantastic fight.
What a knockout. We've seen a lot of double knockouts today.
That was such a comeback. Adversity was flowing through the first 10 minutes. MTRANXIII knew that he needed a stoppage and gave it early in that third round, and beautiful was it. Left hook as Showtime's falling, meets an uppercut. Good night, Anthony Pettis.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Honestly, these fights have been absolutely sensational start to finish there, Bane. You guys, I know you're both familiar with these. We have a fan-friendly fight up next for us. BSD Pudgey, TMF Dale Denton. Take us away, Valentine.
What was they taking away, right? We got Pudgey, who's been a legend in the sport, and we got the comeback kid, TMF Dale Denton, who seemed to implement new playstyles. The last I remember, he went from patient outside striker to pressure Tony Ferguson. So I'm really curious. One of them it relies on grappling and wrestling. The other one is going to be relying on stamina management. So I'm very curious to see how this fight's going to pan out.
For sure, brother, for sure. It looks like we're going with Dale Denton and his fabled Tony Ferguson pick, having BSD Pudgey picking up Volkanovski in lightweight here. Interesting matchup. I mean, in these types of matchups, I've never actually used Volk in lightweight, but I always tend to favor the natural lightweight. I don't know if that's an intelligent thing to do, but is that a real thing, guys?
What's almost comical is when you look at the stand-up stats between El Kukui and the great Volkanovski, it really does edge towards the 145 champion. 94 punch speed to 92, 91 power to 90, 95 accuracy to 89, 91 blocking to 88. These are all going to the 145er.
Wow, okay.
No, definitely. I think, Tony is not going to be the best pick in the divisions as his performance has been going down recently, but I am interested to see the camera angle being
I was about to say, this is a zoomed-in camera. We're getting that PFL ref cam footage right here.
Yeah.
Big attempt in the pocket.
Yeah, Pudgey's all about that pressure. We've seen it in his past performances, now picking the camera angle to suit his style. He's looking to get in close and make this a dangerous battle. Right now, kind of edging a little bit on the, on the range, but I think that's out of respect for Dale. Dale's such a whirly veteran.
He definitely is, Cyrus. Now, I'm, looking at the range management from Dale Denton. Alongside his stamina management, he did with a head kick and an overhand, which, I haven't seen a lot from him in the past. So I'm really curious as to see how Pudgey is going to take advantage of that. The reach, as though I believe it goes to Pudgey. I might be wrong here. But the kick range, I believe, will be the game changer in this fight or matchup, to say.
Yeah,
you can see Pudgey just sitting and trading 2 minutes in.
It's what he does best there, Bane. When he gets in your face, starts to let those hands go, he can become a problem for anybody. Lovely flying knee from Dale, though.
Dale Denton puts a dent in the chin with that big knee, and you can just see Tony Ferguson start to unfold the arsenal that El Kukui has.
He really is. I mean, look, so far, Valentine, we're seeing some good work being landed by Pudgey, but I have to say that stamina already becoming a little bit problematic.
Definitely, and I would like to see Pudgey utilize this, 4-star calf kicks from Volkanovski, right? Because Tony Ferguson's one of the weaknesses is his leg health at 89 or 88. So I would really like to see him put that to the test. And the recovery factor does not really come into play when it comes to leg health.
Looks like Dale is trying to not just be the comeback kid anymore. He's pressuring forward. We've seen this a few times in his recent performances. He really is trying to take the lead early in the matches. It does lead you open to some counter opportunities as we see Pudgey land a lovely 2 shots right there.
Snaps back the head of El Kukui. You can see the health overall on Ferguson. Not too bad. He does have a chin for days, but that is not good optics to the judges ringside. 40 seconds remain in this opening round. Valentine, what do you make of the first 5?
To be honest, it's a very, very close fight, right? But I do lean more towards Ferguson, just looking at the damage and the stamina management that came from him. And going into the second round, he's going to be the fresher fighter, given the recovery stats. So if I'm Pudgey, I'm looking to take this fight to the ground, regardless of Tony's bottom control, and lay some ground and pound on him.
First round concludes with a big right hand from Volkanovski landing on the chin of El Kukui. Interesting first 5, definitely very closely contested. It seemed that it was just a back and forth, right? Volk would have a combination, El Kukui would have a combination, simply trading the best that these guys have.
Yeah, very, very evenly matched over the opening course of this. I mean, those flying knees, they found the home a couple of times. That one kind of went through the arm, but seemed to have some concussive action nevertheless. Very, very close, as you mentioned. We'll have to see if one guy is able to make any adjustments and start to pull away in this second round, but both guys showing that they're really, really well versed. Maybe a takedown's what is needed, Valentine, calling back to some of the advice you were giving earlier.
Definitely, mate. A takedown, I'm always for it. I'm a striker, I'm an outside striker, right? But a takedown just buys you the time, gets you the nerves down. Because I always get nerves when it comes to competing in league fights, which I never have in normal fights. And just going to that ground and getting that minute helps a lot.
Getting loose with it. The boogeyman.
Alexander the Great stunned momentarily.
He's the guy you call to kill the fucking boogeyman.
Have to think. You know what? Controversial thought. This camera angle is growing on me a little bit.
Bro, I know a few people who have used this. Night Legacy back in the day used to use this camera angle all the time. Mark doesn't care. Throwing back to that man was one of the founders of this one of the first guys I had seen use this camera angle. For those pressure strikers, it really does tend to work for them, but can be a little bit problematic for kicks. You don't often get to see where the kicks are coming from at times.
Not necessarily for the kicks. I feel like you feel that you're making the cage smaller for yourself before the game even starts. That's my concern, because how are you going to know where to move to? Like, for example, when you're able to cage guard, I feel like the wider view makes it that much better. But each to their own. If you're having a lot of success in this angle, why fix what's not broken, right?
Yeah, no, exactly.
These guys
Right.
have rarely taken a step back in this one. Definitely this camera angle suits this fight at the minimum, and trading a lot more with a bit more power behind the strike Cyrus in the second round.
Yeah, and honestly, one of the things I'm just so impressed with is the fact that Dale Denton in his last couple of performances has started a lot quicker in the opening rounds, but is still managing to find himself in basically full stamina positions over the course of the fight. It's just absolutely mesmerizing how this man just has absolute mutant stamina management like has not been seen in a long, long time, man. He's just put on a crazy pace, both guys, but look at his stamina.
I mean, partially the pick does have to do with it, but credit do go to Tony Ferguson. To Dale Denton, sorry, because I have picked Holloway and ran out of stamina in the first round. So yeah, it really comes down to the player more so than the pick itself.
Oh Jesus, the spin elbow
Dale
once
Denton.
again.
Great defense though from Volkanovski.
Pudgey.
Now, if I'm Pudgey, right, I'm going to rush for a finish. The head health is still not something that he cannot come back from. He has done significant damage in round 1 and the beginning of round 2 to set him up for a good round 3. I do not see this round, leading towards each other right now, but I do have Tony Ferguson 2-0 going to the third, with leaving Pudgey to go for a finish for a definite win.
Oh.
That first round, first 5 was very close. Not entirely sure who would have taken it, but this second round clearly goes to El Kukui. You can see the blood sprouting off of the nose of the 145-pound champion, having all that he can take and more in this one tonight.
Yeah, so far, so good. I mean, an action-packed battle as expected. One of the fan-friendly matchups that we called out at the beginning of the card. They touch him up for the third and final round there, Valentine, and going straight back at the action, mate. No time wasted.
Definitely starts it off with a lead spinning elbow into a jumping knee, follows it up with a rear uppercut lead hook. That seems to be the combo of the day across all players. Rear uppercut, lead hook, rear uppercut.
It seems that Dale Denton has really just found the range, whereas Pudgey failing to do so through the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, Pudgey is such a whirly veteran, though. He's had so many, the odds stacked against him in fights where he's kind of been down, in the opening course of the first or 2 rounds, like he potentially is in this one. But as you see, he's just staying calm, finding his opportunities, sticking behind his block. It's good work to the body by Dale, which, really, really has been adding up for him. But oh, the head health now just so problematic.
Definitely, and the jumping knees, are not doing him any favors against the low health, because it literally rips right through the block and chips some damage away.
Yeah.
You see here, though, Pudgey still firing back very much in this fight. 3 minutes with which to work. Needs to kick it into a different gear, though, if he wants to get the hand raised.
Yeah, he needs to land something big and just get the momentum changed so that Dale isn't able to continue to pressure forward like this. You see Dale's head health is not exactly peachy either. Ow, mate, 1 or 2 shots is all it's going to take to put him down at this point.
I'd say if I'm Pudgey, I'm stringing together a 1-2-1 combination, maybe followed up with a hook.
Yeah, mate, just at least the 4-piece or something just kind of has to empty it at this point and just stack up that damage. Oh, and we're getting the advert. Oh,
Got an
God.
advertisement.
Yeah,
Razer Kyra Pro for Xbox wireless headset. If you're in need for a headset, feel free to always look to Razer. Great quality, a lot of longevity as well.
Well, we
Back
came
in the
straight
action,
back.
here we go.
Yeah. This time the advert had a 0-second time play. We absolutely love to see it.
2-minute warning for Pudgey. He needs to get going if he wants to walk away with the W.
It's still too early to call the fight towards Dale Denton, given how much of a veteran Pudgey truly is, and I have seen both of them come back from a lot worse, and they do have the right picks to do that. All it takes is 1 spinning elbow, or 1 uppercut, or 1 overhand, right? So I'm curious to see who's going to get that edge against each other.
Here you see Pudgey cutting off the cage, though, really finding a couple angles for that 1-2.
Yeah, I mean, this is the best that he's done, best work he's done so far. Lovely work.
Oh,
Like I was saying, all it takes is that 1 whiff to cost you the fight. Pudgey not able to jump on the knockdown El Kukui. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
he's
Jesus.
beating-
Oh, this might be it. He sits him down twice on the go down.
Dale Denton's down and
That is
out. Pudgey finds the TKO.
Just like I said, guys, you cannot count either of them out, even if it's in the last 30 seconds of the fight. What a performance by Dale Denton, and what a composed comeback by Pudgey, right? He lost both rounds in my eyes, was losing the third round until Dale Denton slipped off jumping knee and ate a spinning elbow from Pudgey. Exactly the, thing he needed to secure him that dub there.
Showing that he is able to dig deep, his own the comeback kid, not able to get the victory tonight. Pudgey able to turn around the fight himself, get a comeback of his own. Like you say, really had to dig deep in that one, man. The last couple of seconds of that third and final round, Valentine, after such adversity, to get that finish is very, very big for him, and shows why these, both these guys are so dangerous, man. Start to finish, they're able to put your lights out.
Definitely, mate. And yeah, it's just like, what else to say, right? It's the comeback kid versus the comeback king at this point, because he literally did what Dale Denton does best against Dale Denton. But beautiful performance from both the gentlemen. A lot of room for improvement from both there. I'm really looking forward to see who they face up against next.
Talking about what's next, we have an incredible Striker's Delight for you. The Kingsman intro versus EK Issues, also contested at 155. Lightweight action is something that both these camps are very familiar with, Cyrus.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. I'm very interested in this matchup. When I say no, I've heard very, very good things about both guys all around. Interesting to see how they develop within the league and, showcase their abilities. This evening, they got a tough test of doing it up against each other this evening. Lightweight, as you mentioned, it's a fun matchup. We see the Conor McGregor, Masvidal sort of pick there, Valentine. Obviously got your teammate. What can you tell us about him leading up into this one, brother?
Honestly, mate, I've fought both these guys. Fought intro probably 500 times, fought issues about 100 times. Yeah, it's a very, very tough matchup. Beautiful striking from both gentlemen. One of them prefers, intro will be throwing 10-12 pieces, issues will be sidestepping 10-12 times. Right. So I'm very, very curious to see how this one goes. I'm actually interested to see the Masvidal pick from intro in the lightweight over Dustin or Justin against the Conor.
Okay. Well, right now, Issues is doing a good job of taking the center of the cage. He was able to evade the spinning kick to the body attempt of Masvidal just a moment ago. Looks like we're seeing Intro staying calm, trying to work the body when he gets the opportunity there, Bane. Nice leg kick as well.
Yeah, EK Issues doing such good work with that jab, really keeping KM Intro on his toes about it. And not even the center, I'd say 80% of the octagon. EK Issues is standing right in front of KM Intro and keeping his back against that big McGregor power.
This is not looking good for Intro at this time. He needs to start utilizing those push teeps. I keep saying it, guys. You need to utilize those teep kicks to find range, especially against someone who loves being in your face, because they are literally standing there to be kicked in the body.
Notorious Conor McGregor is faster and more powerful with the hands than Masvidal at 155 midway through the first. We've already seen that.
Yeah, Masvidal, I think, does have slightly more technically clean boxing if he's able to kind of maintain it and use a little bit of the head movement. But it's so dangerous with the the power that, like you say, he has in his hands. But what a rip!
Oh,
lead uppercut into a rear hook into a jab. I think that was.
The speed in which he must have inputted that combination was absolutely phenomenal. I can't imagine it must be some sort of record. You've seen the speed in which he came out with.
Like I said, I've seen this guy throw 10 pieces, so I wouldn't be surprised, but he needs to be very careful, because what Issues is doing right now that's going unnoticed to most naked eye is the side steps and minor step backs, because that's going to not only make Intro whip, but put him in a vulnerable spot for a nice setup from Intro. So he needs to be from Issues, sorry. So he needs to be careful about that.
A lot of good midsection work for EK Issues as well, touching up the ribs and making sure KM Intro is aware that he's going not just to the head, but to the body as well.
See these guys trying to set up the counter with the uppercut each time they go to the body. It's honestly, they're keeping each other honest in every regard so far. Just little side steps, feints, the way that they're mixing up the location of their shot. It's a very, very educated approach over the opening 5 minutes, and it is being an absolute honor to call so far. Jesus.
These guys are so technical. EK issues.
Double uppercut, goes for a lead hook straight, ducks the straight, and able to buy himself some time and hopefully get to round 2.
Wow.
I give round 1 to issues with those double rocks there, especially at the beginning and at the end. I don't know about you, Ben.
It's hard. You know what I mean? It's so hard to think about suggestions because it's such an electric pace. You think one thing and boom, there's something else. Great combination from Intro to start things off in round 2.
Yeah, it can be a little difficult. These guys throw in so many different looks at each other right now. Just kind of trying to keep up with them, to be perfectly honest with you. Honestly, absolutely. Look at that sort of...
slip hook as he eats a lead hook to a body rear uppercut.
Oh my god, the combinations. Intro locking clean.
Body hook, rocking the body, rocking the head. Where to go for McGregor? Not able to get the damage due to low stamina off that jab, head kick, or straight head kick.
Look at this KM Intro coming alive in the second round, really giving the Irishman so many different things to think about. But there's that sidestep, big uppercut from notorious Conor McGregor.
Yeah, just absolutely as cool as you like. Sidesteps. Now the uppercut, hot.
Another uppercut. It has been money for issues. Intro might want to consider using a couple of pullbacks or minor sways to the left or the right to save himself from those uppercuts. I'm saying that he slips into a rear hook and gets knocked down and by another uppercut.
The Kingsman pushing forward, really cracking the chin of KM Intro, or EK issues, sorry.
Honestly, non-stop action back and forth.
I think at this point, both chins are cracked. Mate, as I said, Issue steps back, comes with a rear uppercut lead hook into a straight, knocks him down with a slip hook.
That's it. That is it.
No.
EK issues. Beautiful.
Only the one follow-up shot it needed there, Bane, to get that one done. Absolutely beautiful back and forth war from both competitors. Stock is only going to be raising for both guys after that one.
AM Intro went for that big flying knee. Uppercut connects on the chin, stumbles him backwards. EK issues, presses forward and finds the finish. Beautiful job from both competitors, but EK picking up the win in this one.
Beautiful, beautiful work from both guys. And yeah, I mean, like we said, right, it's electrifying pace. It can literally turn around. Both guys getting knocked down, both guys getting rocked. That's a good thing when you put, two elite strikers at each other.
Yeah, a tough matchup. They're both still relatively new within the promotion. They absolutely beautiful fight to call. Really did get to showcase their skills. Like I said, stock only going to be raising for both guys for sure. That does now, though, take us on to our featured fight of the prelims there, Bane. TMF Toolit up against AJS Bossman. I'm expecting non-stop action from both guys for sure in this one.
BossRoss?
BossRoss, yeah. AJS BossRoss.
Too lit to play. Let's see how he comes through today. I have, sparred with Too Lit multiple times. BossRoss not as much, but AJS, as we all know, started off as a league camp in Facebook, stuck here around, and here they are in prime time looking to showcase the best of the best. Both guys looks like they're going to go with calves.
Well, yeah, with that being said, you see, AJS BossRoss, owner of VFL, he is, which is a calf league that do some great events. He is going to be coming out here tonight looking to put on a show. His calf pick is a bit fabled. He was actually the guy that, I don't know if you remember, Bane, we saw get that absolutely incredible comeback flash KO in the last event. It was the spin kick, two-touch spin, I think it was, for the finish.
Great tattoos on both sides, more minimal in that blue corner, red corner, big chest piece that extends down through the midsection.
Hey man, I'm actually looking to get a full back done. Hopefully I can find this artist name.
The breakdancing from AJS BossRoss. Like I said, this man's got some crazy ass kicks, so TMF Toolit's got to be careful.
No respect shown from Toolit.
Very tentative first few seconds here. A little bit of a side kick. Momentarily drops.
Goes for the switch kick, secures it.
I promise you, there's going to be a moment in this fight that when something starts getting landed, they're just going to start going crazy with the kicks.
Oh.
I know BossRoss has got some really, really tricky ones in his bag of tricks.
As you say that, he does go for the spin kick to the head.
Well versed with the hands as well. Oh, but big combination from Too Lit right there. Misses with the leg kick. Oblique kick into the spinning head kick there for BossRoss. Oh.
He really does like that.
I believe you're going to see a lot of kicks to the head and a lot of spins to the head if Too Lit's able to duck and slip the right ones, because you do not want to slip into a wheel kick or duck into a spin kick. That is guaranteed knockdown. So you do need to be careful which one Ross is throwing, which is going to be hard to read for Too Lit.
Too Lit landing effectively here through 2 minutes. BossRoss trying his best, but the guard of Too Lit always high. Would maybe think that dipping down and chopping the legs would be a good idea for BossRoss.
Yeah, oh, that one was close.
Oh.
Yes, mate. That was lovely. Both go for the kick to the body. Too Lit able to get the better of it, following up with a couple of beautiful shots in the clinch. I feel like he's just trying to be a little bit more technical than BossRoss so far, and it may end up playing out in his favor if he's able to chip at this stamina.
Ooh, big.
We did see BossRoss with the save. The loss.
That's it. Too Lit's out cold.
That spinning head kick is indeed broken, mate. That's the finish we saw in the last fight that caught the other guy cold.
Wow.
BossRoss making a goddamn statement, saying watch out for these legs, because if you do not slip, you are going to go to sleep.
Too Lit plays with fire and got burned bad. 0 stamina on his side when that kick landed. Have to imagine that that is what multiplied the damage to send Too Lit to sleep.
Yeah, no, honestly, you can't blink when you've got BossRoss about. This man knows how to land those style of kicks. That's the second one in a row that he's knocked an opponent out with that. Beautifully timed. The man is a threat, and you know, even though you think you may need to do this or that in order to counter those kicks, sometimes it can be a little bit easier said than done. I think we've all maybe experienced it once or twice when somebody's a high-level kicker like this guy. He was throwing up all sorts of angles, man. You duck, you get spin kicked to the face, you pull back, you get this, that,
Hey,
the other.
man. BossRoss came out, you know, trying to show respect, bowed down to Too Lit. He said, nah, fuck this, we're gonna fight. You know, he just said, if you're too lit to play, I'm gonna make sure you're too slept to play. Put that man to sleep right away. As we say that, we head on to the main card, if I'm not wrong, with BSD Taccoboy fighting none other than the legendary Night Legacy, aka TMF Machine Gun.
Yes, sir, that is correct. Night Legacy now, of course, on the PlayStation side, looking to make a bit of a name for himself. This time out against Taccoboy, looking to do exactly the same. Obviously, all-rounded, well-rounded opponents, I should say. Night Legacy tends to favor the striking with some, crispy, clean boxing to boot. Normally able to go to the body. Taccoboy, obviously going with the Aldo pick. I did not just see him pick Cub Swanson. You don't understand how stoked I am for this. Look. If you ever want to get me biased behind you, pick Cub Swanson, right? I'm going to be straight. Pick Cub Swanson. I ain't going to pick favorites, but I hope Cub doesn't lose. That's what I'm going to say.
The king of Southern California, Killer Cub Swanson, entering the octagon against the king of Rio, Jose Aldo.
Now, going into this one, Cub Swanson's got to be elusive. He's got to stay light on his feet, look to go in and out of the range, make Aldo miss a bunch, and really start to utilize some of those missed opportunities to counter. But on the flip side there, Valentine, Aldo's got to stay calm, composed, make sure those strikes land, and do so with maximum effect.
Yeah, I don't know if you would agree with me, Cyrus. You know, both guys have similar skill sets, similar moveset, right? It's almost like a carbon copy of Aldo with Cub when it comes to the figure, the moves, and the range. But I feel like the power stats lean more towards Aldo than it does for Machine Gun right now. So he needs to be the one that's a bit more composed and a bit more patient and a bit more selective with his shots.
Yeah, they're similar in terms of... Sorry, as you're saying, Bates?
I was gonna say, great head movement from Cub Swanson early, really either eating the shots on the guard or evading them in the pocket.
Yeah, I mean, so far, so good. I mean, honestly, I think that at this rate, Aldo's going to find the opportunity to sit him down, because you cannot just exchange with shots with Cub Swanson. He's a great hammer, not a great nail. He just really cannot take damage, and so far, Machine Gun's eating a lot of damage in this first round that is going to be hard to answer back for as the fight continues.
You do need to be careful with Aldo's kicks right now, especially that chin is not going to hold up all 3 rounds if he keeps taking damage. Like Ben said, he did have beautiful head movement earlier on in the fight. Evading those shots, he might need to get them back into play.
The
I
uppercut.
think Machine Gun would benefit from using the jab a bit more when he's at that mid-range, right? Just getting in the face of Aldo, hitting that nose, turning it Rose would be only a benefit to him. Great rips to the body, though.
Yeah, no, that was beautiful, right? Now, the things about talking about what you said. Oh, shit, never mind. What a rock.
Massive left hand that stuns Killer Cub Swanson. Absolutely gets his attention, Valentine.
Now, what people don't realize is the less stamina you have, the less damage you do. Both guys whiffing head kicks against each other, not able to capitalize on any of them. I would have loved to see Swanson go for a hook instead of, whiff front kick. But you learn. And yeah, Bane, like you said, this is what we love to see, right? Now, I am leaning more towards Machine Gun simply because of the body work he's done. This is going to pay off huge dividends in round 2 for Cub Swanson if it gets there.
Great work in the pocket from Machine Gun. 40-second warning. Taccoboy has the power, but the speed appears to be in that red corner. Great combination.
When he gets going, the beautiful destruction starts being put on display.
Wow.
Calling back to a little bit that you said earlier, Valentine. I don't know about the full carbon copy. They're definitely similar in terms of the speed advantage, at least in the early going. Like you say, Aldo definitely having that power advantage, but Cub Swanson tends to have a slightly different technique base, just a little bit more unorthodox, and his combinations can really flow together, as we see at the end of that. Was that first or second? Second round. First round. First round.
Massive striking differential to Killer Cub Swanson. You can see there's a slight laceration over his right eyebrow, blood trickling into the eye. Not going to help him, but you know what is? All of the damage he's done. But that left hand from Jose Aldo really stunned him, Valentine.
It definitely does, and I would like to see Aldo utilize those body hooks much more in this round, because he did have those pullback uppercuts to answer. However, none of them were, I believe they missed the vulnerable timeline when Cub Swanson was going to the body. So this time around, I want to see Aldo utilize his 4 or 5-star lead body hook and rear body hooks to the body.
Yeah, and what can really set it up is earlier on, Machine Gun was walking forward, so letting him walk onto a straight maybe, allowing Cub Swanson to try and take the lead and trying to catch him on the counter, because right now it looks like Aldo's looking to walk onto the wood chipper. What a knee!
This is huge for Taccoboy. Let's see if he's able to not rush it like he did last time when he rushes it again.
Big miss for Taccoboy. Completely capitalized from Killer Cub. Here comes Machine Gun.
Not able to dominate the finish off that, but I do like the composure from Machine Gun, not rushing the finish, which might just cost him the fight. As I say that, his head is barely blinking, and Aldo goes for the top man. Probably a smart decision, as he does not want to let him off the ground at this point. The ground and pound is going to be there for Taccoboy.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. Wow.
Finish.
Taccoboy says, SoCal, no Cal. Good night. Killer Cub Swanson. Machine Gun unsuccessful in this attempt. Taccoboy gets the stoppage via some ground and pound, Cyrus.
Yeah, no, that was a beautiful fight, and one hell of a way to start off our main card. I love the picks. I rate them highly. Cub Swanson, in particular, not able to go his way this evening on the worst end of some brutal ground and pound. Absolutely beautiful work by Taccoboy, though, and he picks up another big W against a well-respected name within the community. We've seen this guy around for a long time, both on Xbox, now on PlayStation, so Taccoboy getting that W, big news for him there, Valentine.
Definitely, mate. And that was a very good fight. And this isn't even the first comeback we've seen today. A lot of fights. You just couldn't call which way they're going to go. And that's what we like to see. All that shows is everyone is stepping up their striking game. If they can step up their grappling as well, ESFR is just round the corner, lads.
Yeah, for sure, brother, for sure. With all of that coming very shortly, beginning of next month, we'll be getting all of that going with the first Primetime ESFL Network show. With that being said, though, it's not on the graphic. We had a late addition to this card. Going to be having TG Papa Lima making his debut, I do believe, or maybe his second fight. He's going to be up against KM Just, which we've seen around for quite some time now. Obviously, Easy Adjust, formerly, now KM Adjust. The guy has beautiful striking.
ICB Adjust.
ICB Adjust, yeah, no, the guy's been around for a little while now. Kind of been training with a bunch, and quite honestly, I rate him very, very highly. I knew him before he was training with any camp, so I'm interested to see what he can do against a well-rounded veteran like Papa Lima, who's looking to make his make his run in this promotion.
Definitely, Cyrus, and Papa Lima is a legend, true veteran of the sport. That man, if he's known for one thing, it's his leg kicks and his Aldo, right? But what people don't realize is his grapple is so underrated, and his striking is one of the elite in the game. Having said that, I'm actually surprised to see him pick Yan, because I've seen him pick Aldo against Jamie in ESFL 89 in the main event. Very, very interesting pick from Papa Lima.
Papa Lima in the red corner.
Yes.
Touch him up, not wasting any time. Looks like Justice trying to get active, getting in his face. That teep was good from Papa Lima early. See if he goes to the leg as predicted. He does with the calf kick right there.
Ooh, another teep. Beautiful teep setups by Papa Lima. No mercy versus Snake in the grass.
KM Just having a little bit of adversity early in this first minute, but look at this combination partially blocked from Yan.
He doesn't need to worry about those leg kicks. Oh, beautiful single leg bail into a double hook, which we did see a lot of earlier on in UFC, going for the ankle big bail into the double hooks. It looks like guys have transitioned to the single leg one.
KM Just cannot let Papa Lima get going. Once Lima dictates the pace and gets into the groove, he is unstoppable. This early few minutes is incredibly important to KM Just's success.
Definitely, and Just is someone who does really well off his back foot, but has elite boxing. His boxing is so underrated because he's always showcased his kickboxing, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was to take over, the round, because I've seen him come back against, better players who are very little to name off against someone like Papa Lima.
Oh!
He drops him.
Sits him down. Just looking great so far, Bane. He made some adjustments early and already sat his opponent down with that one.
I was more of a clip because of the positional striking that Just was doing. I still think Papa Lima is the one having more consistent success through the first 3 minutes, but KM Just definitely coming alive.
I would agree with that, Bane. I think Papa Lima is having much more consistent success, and one thing is leg health, right? Just's leg is getting eaten up. Good thing he's in southpaw, and DJ does have 99 switch stance, so he can always go back to his orthodox stance. But that knockdown might have just won him the round.
And if you're Lima, you're thinking exactly that. I've got some ground to make up. 120 remain in this opening round. Papa Lima needs to be a little bit more aggressive.
Oh! This is not looking too good for Papa Lima. He gets the head health is blinking, but I do not think that's going to be just enough to finish him there.
No, and I mean, Anthony Smith said it in a recent interview. Sometimes, those leg kicks, they're coming, but if you don't feel like they're going to do enough damage and you're landing the better headshots, maybe continuing to go to that is going to be the option. You see the right leg dangerously low of Just, but head health already looking, touched up already for Papa Lima as he takes him down for the last 20-odd seconds of this round.
Papa Lima content to maybe lose this opening round, just wants to get a little bit of control time, maybe do some ground and pound to the midsection and mix it up, but definitely the first has to go to the Dale pit.
Yeah, that was big work. I mean, honestly, I think that early on we can agree that Papa Lima was looking fantastic, but those the rock, from Just, we're obviously able to turn the tide in his favor, able to secure that, and it makes it very, very interesting going into the second round. Lots of damage done on both sides, Valentine.
Definitely, I'm just looking at the head health difference. As I say that, he gets dropped again. Beautiful up kick of Doom, never failing to save you when you get knocked down.
Yes.
KM Just really finding his shots here. Papa Lima on the ropes. This is not looking good for the no mercy pick. Papa Lemur needs to get back into the driver's seat. KM Adjust dictating every aspect of this fight so far.
Hey man, if there's one thing we learned from today and one thing I've learned from seeing Papa Lemur fight multiple times, you can never ever count him out, regardless of who he's picked. So with a pick like Yan especially, he has a lot of potential to come back, and he takes the fight to the ground, secures the side saddle where he has a lot of potential to rain down those shots to eat through that block of KM Adjust.
Relatively even are the grappling statistics, slight edge in the clinch striking, but other than that, it is really dead even.
3 minutes left on the clock in this second round, plenty of time to work. This is obviously a great position for Yan to be in, now chopping in those elbows. Nice denial as well. Obviously, the more he can do this, the more confidence he's going to be able to build, and if they do stand back up, obviously just changes the whole dynamic of how they're able to play out. That takedown attempt or threat is going to be very scary. But nice reversal.
That's a huge reversal for Adjust there. Sorry to interrupt you, Cyrus.
No. Feel free to do so, brother. You're absolutely right. That was a lovely reversal. Now back to the feet. But as mentioned, the takedown threat may be going to be on his mind going into the rest of this next 2 minutes.
And also, you see the head held difference. You know, Adjust had a huge advantage going into the first round, but those ground and pound did not make it just so even, but it's just enough to get his head held blinking with a couple shots. He needs to be really wary, because this is where Papa Lemur gets very dangerous when he's on his back foot.
You can see, though, that head health is just not there for Papa Lemur. He cannot sit in the pocket and exchange with KM Adjust, or else he will go to sleep.
The single leg L into the hook gets him the rock. This is exactly what Papa Lemur needs, and this is not looking good for Adjust. His head health is blinking. His stamina is not high. Papa Lemur goes for the back, goes for the hook. Let's see if he's able to do anything, and he whiffs the head kick, not able to capitalize as he lunges and misses the vulnerability time.
That was huge, but sits him down. One or two shots is all it's going to take to put Lemur out, but the defense on point, Bean, as he's trying to get the full guard reversal.
And he gets it. Beautiful change of positions to close out this second round. 10 seconds remain. Don't think we'll see a finish in round 2, but round 3 is up next. What a barn burner of a fight. Papa Lemur, KM Adjust.
These guys turning up, one in all the smoke this evening, throwing bombs left and right. Honestly, very little feeling out process in this one, Valentine, leading to fireworks from the get-go. And it's been a pleasure to call as we head into the third one, brother.
Hey man, I just turned my aircon off. It's time to turn it back on, because this shit's getting fucking hot. I don't even know who's gonna win.
Big rock to start it.
Gets the rock, goes for the rear hook, goes for another single leg fake into strikes. Might be too reliant on it right now, because I know Papa Lemur can do better with the leg fakes, which works better for him than the single leg bail. That he gets rocked. Both guys so even right now. I think I just might be winning the judges' score, but I do not see this fight going to the judges. How about you, lads?
The only clear winner of this fight is the fans. This has been entertaining through 10. This last round has started impeccably quick. Papa Lemur displayed a lot of urgency and aggression, which is what I think he needs, because he does not have the health to really go deeper into this. Or if KM Adjust starts having success, it will be a quick end for Papa Lemur. So this is what he needs to do right here. Bad spot for Adjust.
Is not looking good for Adjust. Just managing to save himself with the stamina deficiency from Petter. Eats a front kick, gets a rock, eats an uppercut, eats a lead hook, ducks the other uppercut, saves himself. This time around, eats a slip hook, gets rocked again, throws an elbow off his own, not able to get any damage, eats a lead hook and falls down.
I was going to say, how is he still standing? But he wasn't for too much longer. The takedown attempts, the all-round strikes now starting to add up. Just needs something big. Right now, though, just needs to survive.
It's not looking good.
KM Adjust back to his feet, courtesy of Papa Lemur standing back up midway through the third round. Lemur is coming alive. KM Adjust needs to get on the bike. Once again!
Slips the first trade. That is exactly what he needed. I don't even know how many times he's been knocked down in this round so far. Papa Lemur, you know, credits to the legend that he is, has made beautiful adjustments off a very rocky round 1. And I don't know. It seems very close to call at this point. I don't see either of them not getting the win at the same time. It's going to be a very hard fight to finish for both gentlemen.
Almost equal as we approach the last 90 seconds.
Oh,
Oh, great work from Lemur there.
Yeah, mixing in all sorts of angles, really starting to try to overload his opponent with different types of techniques. Going low, going high, leg kicks, the single leg feint into the straight to the head. Beautiful work, really starting to chip at KM Adjust, I should say. Obviously, Adjust normally is a gentleman that gets better as the fight goes on, but honestly, all these different angles just mounting up, and Papa's looking fantastic, even though his head health and stamina very low as he pushes forward with the finish. This has got to be it.
I don't see how Adjust is going to survive that.
Wow.
Manages to survive. Goes
Nobody...
for the up. There's 20 seconds. Maybe this might go to the judges. Guys, he pulls back on there. Oh!
That's it! Papa Lemur folded like a blanket. KM Adjust with a massive comeback win. That last round was all Papa Lemur sitting. KM Adjust down at will, but Adjust finds the pullback into a left hook. That is it. Good night, Papa Lemur.
What a fight.
Wow.
My God, guys. My God. That is hard. That is hard for Lemur. He was having such a fantastic performance. It looks like it was all to play for in that third round. I mean, what a pullback counter for KM Adjust. I was going to say it going into the last couple of seconds of that round. KM Adjust, I think one of the focuses in that guy's mind from in the spars I've seen and his performances must be the word composure. I think he just sticks to that. He stays so composed throughout the entire thing, no matter how much damage is coming his way. It, you know, having such adversity in that third round to have the wherewithal to find the opportunity for that counter. Fantastic work, and I mean, Jesus, what a fight!
Done 4 times in the third round.
I mean, I absolutely blown away, man. What a fight. These guys are true legends, but both of them making their state, showing why they are you know, high up on the card, deservedly so, with performances like that. Hard to deny them. Both guys that you're going to need to watch out for in future. It's one of those ones where stocks only rise in those sorts of battles, as you mentioned there, Bane. The only winners are the fans in that one.
Absolutely, and the fans will get more, because up next we have got a banger. GodAteMyPig versus TMF Kobie, contested at 185.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice, fun matchup here. I think we're going to see Paulo Costa up against Darren Till. I mean, look, we all know how dangerous GodAteMyPig is on the ground, but he also has hands to go with it, as we see with the potential Darren Till pick for him. TMF Kobie, though, all hands by the looks of things, not wasting any time with that Costa, looking to land bombs early, I would imagine, picking Paulo.
I have to think the 97 punch power to the 93 punch power of Costa, rather, to Till. It might be a big differential. However, 4.5 stars striking overall. Grappling is a bit more in the Gorilla's realm, Valentine.
Definitely, and I think it's what makes a big difference is the footwork here. Paulo Costa does feel heavy and does feel a bit of, you know, moving in the mud kind of situation. So if GodAteMyPig is able to make advantage of the footwork difference, I think he should be able to sneak an 8 win against TMF Kobie.
Yeah, for sure. This, like I say, interesting matchup. We see Hasbulla as the display picture for GodAteMyPig.
Exactly what I was going to say. Both of them rocking the Hasbulla.
Oh, did he have it as well? I didn't even see both of them having it.
Both of them had him. Goes for the jab into the front kick. Beautiful catch into a throw. Now that took a significant amount of stamina away from Max Combe. GodAteMyPig catches his kick this time around, but eats a knee as a thank you for getting caught with his leg kick there, or body kick.
Good work from each guy's. GodAteMyPig using that 1-2 effectively. Darren Till, so long, does have a slight reach advantage. Orthodox versus Southpaw on this one. That rear roundhouse, I was just about to say, has free real estate on that midsection of the Englishman.
Yeah, I mean, look, slight... Sorry, as you were saying, Valentine?
No, I was just going to say, if I'm not wrong, Southpaw, you know, roundhouse to the open side does significantly more damage on stacking stamina over the orthodox one. I might be wrong.
Still intercepting with the left hand as the eraser tries to get something going. The TMF member a little bit complacent midway through this first round, just sort of sitting there, but not right there.
I think that's why he knows how dangerous GodAteMyPig is with his counters. Kobie was doing a good job of staying composed, but right now the floodgates are open and GodAteMyPig finding a home for every shot that he throws.
He really is finding that range, and beautiful counters coming through with the body work and the body straights. This is where Max gets very dangerous. You do not want him to get back in his flow of, you know, keeping you up big, keeping you up close, picking you apart, you know, literally point fighting at this point, because this is where Maxcom gets very, very dangerous. What I'm looking from Kobie is to land something significant to get some respect back.
That right leg of TMF Kobie has been making its mark on the body of Darren Till frequently as we approach the 2-minute warning this opening round.
Great work. I mean, these guys just prodding at each other, but that's another lovely pole counter from GodAteMyPig as he rains down some ground and pound now, trying to look for the finish, decides to calculatively posture down, maintain some ground control. 1:30 left on the clock, lots of time to work there, Valentine. The power of Darren Till has got to be a little bit scary if you're Paulo Costa on bottom too.
He gets the signature side control, and this is where we saw him dominate on his gym. So I don't know how Kobie is going to have an answer for it. He puts him back into half guard. Hopefully he's able to get up from this position, because he wants Till in his full guard, because this is a very, very dangerous position for Costa to be in. Even though GodAteMyPig is not in a dominant role, this is his favorite position in the game.
You can understand why there, Valentine. He's had so much success in that position in the past, made it look like a terrifying position to be in, more so than you would imagine. Obviously, you don't often see Darren Till do so much ground and work, but you cannot, you know, sleep on it. He has the ground and pound, and let's be honest, it's a good position to put Costa in. He has such power on his hands, maybe getting some of that lactic acid build-up in his arms, make sure that he's not able to throw with full intensity over the course of that second and third round is a good, prudent plan for GodAteMyPig heading into the second.
The Eraser
Definitely
does have a slight edge in terms of recovery, 96 to Till's 91. So in terms of being the fresher fighter off the stool, you would think Paulo Costa does have the edge.
But the stats say otherwise, Bane. I think he took significant damage to come back as a fresher fighter. As they say that he gets rocked and knocked down again. If there's adjustments to be made, now is the time for TMF Kobie. If not, he's going to be flat face across the mat.
Yeah, right now I would really like to see him just try to maybe go second on it. It sounds a little bit silly, but just back up. He's walking onto the wood chipper right now where GodAteMyPig has clearly found the range. He's planting, firing off that straight, a couple of hooks to boot. And he's just having so much success. So, you know, it's harder for your opponents to teep when they're coming forward.
Exactly. Strike differential about over 90 strikes for Till, 40 for Costa. Big advantage for that blue corner.
Again, we can't sleep on Costa's hand. Like Bane pointed out, the power difference is huge with the 97. All it takes is one overhand to send Till flying across the cage like Anthony Johnson did to DC.
Oh, but that head health is just so low for Kobie. It's difficult to get anything going when you're always concerned about whether or not your chin is going to hold up in the pocket.
Definitely. And against, you know, unorthodox strikes coming from Maxcom at this point, that only makes it that much more intense for you to worry about your chin and not be able to, you know, focus on the offense because you're so set back on the defense.
Level change not there. Till denies takedown defense on boot for the Scouser. TMF Kobie's still struggling to get anything going midway through. Gets stunned again.
Gets rocked again. Gets knocked down. This
has to be
it. I believe all it's going to take is 2 punches, and that's all it took from GodAteMyPig.
Man is a problem.
Man is proving himself back and back again that he is more than deserving of title shots, even though he just came off one a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, I mean, the champion said that the toughest challenge to date was GodAteMyPig. He came out with a bit more of a grappling approach in that one, looking to work on his hands this evening, tagging up TMF Kobie as the fight went on. Got to be feeling very, very good about his performance in that one. Honestly, GodAteMyPig is one of those guys, even when he suffers a loss, he doesn't, you know, well over that loss. He goes straight back to the lab, works on himself, comes back out looking fresher and more dangerous than ever. Was able to do that tonight, my man, in massive and, well, you know, emphatic fashion.
Gentlemen, referee Eve
That leads us on to the next fight of the night, which will be AJS Sandman versus Simple Beney.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What can you tell me about them, Cyrus?
Sandman's a guy who has a lot of grappling. Sorry, Cyrus, I just have a ton of history with this AJ's member. I've seen him in so many different promotions, but the biggest thing that I can say is heart. He does not go out without a fight.
Yeah, I have seen a couple of performances from Sandman in the past. As you mentioned, he is seems to be a worthy veteran, seems to have a well-rounded game, and will try to take the fight no matter where it goes. He's up against a tough opponent this evening, though, when in Simple Beney, who is once again an all-round threat. I feel like he's maybe a little bit more of a wrestler or grappling kind of threat than most, and maybe we'll look to see if he implements that this evening. Once again, the Hasbulla pick from AJS Sandman, you've got to rate it. Maybe that's a little bit of a foretelling. I think everybody that's had a Hasbulla in this as the display picture has won, other than when they both had it, of course.
Edwards versus Luque. Vicente obviously has a ton of power in those hands, and the chin is also something that's formidable. But Rocky, all of the kickboxing and leg strikes that he has, Valentin really create good combinations.
Definitely, mate. And I really do like the straight question mark kick from Edwards. As I say that he eats a pullback elbow, gets rocked. Vicente Luque is one of the tougher matchups in this division for anyone, given his chin and recovery being so high, competing with Lawler.
I personally love the Edwards pick. I feel like he's just somebody that's so technical, it's really hard to do something wrong with him right now, though. Simple Beney throwing a wide variety of different shots at him and really giving him all he can handle. Lots of different angles to consider. Nice little rip to the body.
Sandman trying to be a lot more aggressive in this first couple minutes, pressuring Simple Beney back across that black line, trying to open up opportunities just like that. Big combination lands for Rocky.
Oh, goes for the spinning elbow and tries to answer it with a pullback elbow, not able to get it, just out of range.
Big 1-2 as Beney was trying to throw a kick.
Now, those spinning elbows, I personally absolutely despise them, but they do so much damage, and they can cause such disruption to your, your game, that you've got to really keep yourself honest when you've got somebody that's thrown one or two out against you. Ooh. And Sandman has timed them well so far.
Simple Beney now coming forward a little bit more, being the aggressor, dictating the pace, a bit more urgency to lead the dance, Valentine.
Oh, definitely. Simple Beney, I'm not sure if you realize he does have a lot of spinning stuff to answer with. He gets rocked. Edwards does have the power. I would really like to see Sandman go for, a couple more question mark kicks, or even a wheel kick to keep Simple Beney guessing. There we go. As I say that, he does throw the wheel kick to answer him back.
Yeah, with that sort of
Beney up to get this fight to the ground.
With that sort of power, brother, like straight lead hook, straight to the body, those sorts of combinations, really start to mix them up and put together 2- and 3-piece combinations on Simple Beney, I think will really start to overwhelm him a little bit. Simple Beney seems to be doing good when he's going first, but not so much when you've got him a little bit cage cut and backed up against there. I mean, the rips to the body, though, guys. These guys really committing to the body often and early, and that's definitely going to play a factor as we head into the second round.
Now, the last person you really want to get into a clinch fight is Leon Edwards. He has nasty 5-star clinch elbows and knees, because that's going to do more bad to you than good by you clinching him.
Ooh. Good 2s landed by Luque. Will say Simple Beney does have the Bulldog perk attached to the Silent Assassin. Making the most of that would be coming forward or standing still. This backing up is not utilizing that incredible perk. 15 seconds remaining. Have to think this one might go to Sandman, at least in the first round.
Potentially. So I'd love to see the stats. I wonder if we're going to. Looks like we are. Stunner piece. Wow. Very, very even. Literally a 1 sig strike and a 5-second control time for Simple Beney, probably edging him the round, you would imagine, if you go purely by stats.
Sorry there, Cyrus. I think Beney won based on accuracy. He threw a lot less, landed a lot more than Sandman. So if he's able to keep that up, I would edge the fight towards him based on that simple fact.
Good kicks early from Sandman to start things off in round 2, trying to debilitate that midsection. Will say Rocky does have...
brother. Not wasting any time. Beney finding a home for those power shots of Vicente Luque.
Yeah,
here
Benny
comes
might
Simple
not
Benny.
want to be too reliant on the clinch in the pocket because all it takes is one straight lead hook or a straight uppercut straight to put you down.
Oh, and another uppercut. The Sandman finds the home.
Good movement by Luque in the pocket, but spinning elbow lands. Simple Benny on the ropes. What a momentum shift. These guys are going back and forth. The tables are turning consistently. Question mark kick blocked on the forearms of Luque.
Yeah, world of pain. Spinning elbow attempt again from Sandman. And those are the ones that really do cause a problem. Another pullback. Upper lands again.
What a veteran move from Sandman. It seems like he almost baited that pullback to get his own. Luque really worse for wear in the head health department. Gets that good clinch entry though here, Valentine.
Really does. I would really like to see Simple Benny duck or pull some of those spinning elbows, because if you do decide to pull and come back with an uppercut of your own, that is immediate night for AJS Sandman.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd agree as well, Valentine, but I feel like Benny has been leaning off to the side a lot when he's rocked, so... Oh, never mind, he gets a rock of his own, pressuring forward, trying to look for that finishing blow.
Goes for the single leg just off, range to secure the takedown.
Oh, Vicente Luque intercepts. Here comes Simple Benny Edwards on the ropes. Sandman trying to back up. 90 seconds remain in this second round. The success is diminishing for the blue corner. Luque getting started.
Going crazy. Lovely head kick for Edwards.
Ooh, this is huge. This is huge for Sandman if he's able to capitalize on it right now. What I'm looking for is more composed and selective shots instead of going for those hooks and uppercuts.
Jab hook is all it takes when he's rocked, brother. That's all it takes.
They'll always work, but neither of them have the stamina to go for the finishing combinations following those rocks.
From Sandman, have to agree with Valentine. A bit more patience when you have your opponent hurt and a bit more selective striking. Sandman is throwing everything when he doesn't really have to. And seconds remain. Seems like we might be seeing a third round between these competitors.
Yeah, action-packed. Both guys leaving it all in there. Very, very tough to... I mean, look, I think is that a round apiece then, maybe? That's a round apiece, right?
Potentially. I could see an argument for the first going to AJ's as well. Either way, if I'm Simple Benny, I'm thinking I need to push the pace in this third and final round.
Oh! Sandman coming in strong with the knock down and see if he can get the finish. Not just yet. Simple Benny's recovery and chin saves him alongside the headroom and with the post.
Now, let's not sleep on Leon Edwards' top control. The man has some great ground and pound and all-round, decent top control. Doesn't decide to keep it there for too long, though, Bane. Straight back to the striking.
With a massive kick to the body as well.
I really wish Luque had a slap jab, or slap straight, I should say, to get him back to rock. Sits him down again. The up kick of doom. Never
Up kick of doom, brother.
Look at this! Simple Benny drops Sandman.
Sweep him.
Sandman is getting dragged through the quicksand right now. Simple Benny not going away easily.
Trying.
Both the guys rocking each other, dropping each other, looking for that one finish. One going for the clinch, the other going for the spinning elbow. Who is going to get the best of each other in the last 3 minutes of the final round?
Sandman does have a but a slight blocking advantage. The block of Luque a bit more broken, Cyrez.
Yeah, it's definitely problematic. What an uppercut. Firing these shots. This has got to be it. Now in top mode, 1 or 2 shots is all she needs.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have the stamina to go with it, Cyrus. At this point, both guys can rock each other. I feel like they're going to need a flash KO to get the finish, because I don't see them having enough stamina to get that finishing sequence on.
Great get up there from Rocky, however, it did drain the stamina. Here comes Simple Benny once more. 2-minute warning for this fight of the main card on Primetime 26. Sandman reverses the position.
absolutely non-stop action. These guys have been putting on one hell of a battle tonight, guys. Non-stop action. What a war. 1 minute 30 on the clock, guys. I don't know which way this is gonna go, but another knockdown for Beney.
Simple Beney has been reliant on those clinches. If Sandman's able to make a read on that and fire a straight off his own, he's going to have a lot more
This
success.
could be it.
Going to matter, because this might just be it. 2, 3, 4 strikes and they
wow.
complete.
Simple Beney, after a tough second round, comes out swinging in the third and finds the finish midway through the third and final round.
Yeah, he dug deep once again. We've seen a lot of the competitors having to do that this evening. Very, very close, back and forth, able to, you know, find the difference tonight. Just those power shots bleeding through, sitting down Sandman and walking away with another big victory is the man himself, Simple Beney. Got to be feeling very proud with himself after a performance like that for sure. That does now, though, guys, take us on to our co-main event of the evening. We're going to be having two very dangerous and high-level opponents coming up against each other on the PlayStation side of things. PlayStation, the Reaper, up against BSD Cryptic Optics. These guys, very, very entertaining start to finish. I don't know if either of you have had the pleasure of calling their fights. I think you may have in the past there, Bane, with me.
Believe we have as well. The Reaper impressed me greatly in his last outing. What a vicious performance he gave, and I am expecting him to continue that momentum in this co-main event of the evening.
No time to waste. These guys are straight in with it. Looks like we are having Dustin Poirier mirror match for this co-main event.
Stats equal on all sides in Louisiana, and a frequent pick down at 155 for very easy to understand reasons.
Yeah, for sure, brother, for sure. Yeah, I mean, he's such a well-rounded pick. Doesn't really have to take down, you know, offense sort of kind of abilities, but all-around great grappling, ability to have power that translates throughout the fight as well there, Bane, and that's some of the most desirable qualities in a fighter, especially in this sort of game, matchup.
We'll say 90 switch stance for Dustin the Diamond Poirier. So for those that are getting into that orthodox, you're losing a little bit of all that power and attributes with the hands, but no problem for a guy like Reaper.
Oh, nice spin to the body. Hits him with a 1-2 as well. This is good work so far from Reaper. He's doing a good job of keeping the center of the cage. We see Reaper in the blue shorts, Cryptic in the white.
It's the takedown. Cryptic worked for that level change into half guard now.
Yeah, committed a lot of stamina to that as well, brother. I mean, he had to turn twice on it. I mean, even though he's able to get it now, he needs to get something going with it and make sure that he's able to stabilize and maintain the position, Bane, because obviously he doesn't want to get caught in a position where he's just spent so much energy and then they get stood right back up.
Especially the rubber guard of Dustin Poirier. So many different things submission-wise for him that are available. I believe he has 4-star arm bars. Not completely sure about that, but lethal threat with the jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, from top or bottom, man. Obviously now with him in the top mount position, Cryptic is going to have some options for that. Not able to hold it for too long there, brother. Now back in half guard, but once again, dangerous from all positions. Even here, side control, got the DAS from bottom and obviously the elbows from top. I think the Kimura to go with it.
Half guard posture up. Let's see what Cryptic can do. The Reaper, not very urgent to get back to his feet, content with just sort of playing around on the ground. 140 remaining in this opening round.
Doing good, working it. Got to be careful of punching with the head that's on the hand that's on the head, of course. Going to allow your opponent the opportunity for a free posture up. Not going to need it there though. Good work from Cryptic to get over into the top mount. But still, active hips. He's not wasting any time getting out of those positions, not allowing his opponent to rain down some of those brutal ground and pounds that, you know, Dustin Poirier clearly has power in his hands, right? Don't want to get him postured up in sort of top mount or any sort of dominant positions for sure. Nice denial there. Working the body, knees, educated game plan so far from his opponent. Cryptic now slicing once again over into top mount. Only 25 seconds left to go. I feel like he needs to posture up and get some of those bombs raining down. Really put a stamp on this round to close them out.
Reaper definitely letting this opening round go to Raw Cryptic. Cryptic, with so much control time through the first 5 minutes, have to kind of question what Reaper's plan is. Is it see reactions and gauge movement, or is it just a difference in levels, Cyrez? Hard to tell.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. He seems maybe a little bit uncomfortable there. Sometimes when you get taken down, just taking your time and looking to block and, you know, drain your opponent from bottom can be a really, really viable game plan. But he wasn't really getting the drain off. He actually coming out on the worst end of the spectrum when it comes to the cardio. He's starting quickly now, though, and maybe he's just somebody that loves his hands and doesn't really play and work on the grappling at all there, Bane.
Potentially not. A little bit of striking to start things off in round 2. Poirier on Poirier.
Yeah, starting quick. You can see he's got, you know, nice hands, though. He's working to the body, got jab, lead hook to the body. Nice combinations, trying to work in that straight. Cryptic seems to have the answer for it, though, although those body shots are starting to bleed through.
Oh, Reaper needs to stay up.
Yeah.
Great takedown defense from him here.
Goes for the hip toss of his own, but defended from Cryptic. This is great work from both guys, showing nice takedown defense, trying to rip to the body when they get the opportunity. Nice check. Block, uppercut from Cryptic. Those are very, very dangerous.
Reaper needs to start working a little bit more urgently and pressure. I am unsure what the game plan is. There's nothing really palpable. He's not targeting anything specific. He's sort of just trying to flow, but he's not operating at 100% capacity, if that makes sense, Cyrez. It seems like he's taking a very pedestrian approach to this fight.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe caught in the moment. Don't know if he's just trying to wait for his opportunity, but like you say, right now, I'm liking the variation that I'm seeing from Cryptic. Reaper's really trying to, you know, get all up in his face, but the pullback upper is there. I mean, just the composure. You can see it in Cryptic's eyes right now. Just his ability to stand in front of his opponent, know that he's there, and just find those perfect opportunities to pull and counter is beautiful.
Sort of like the Tyron Woodley and Kamaru Usman title fight a little bit back in the day several years ago. Woodley, known as a monster, but was neutralized completely that entire night. Reaper, somebody who can put on impeccable performances, but looking lost out there against Raw Cryptic. 140 remain, and this round seemingly going once again to the blue corner. Yeah,
and it can show, and it really, really is showing the you know, the use of a well-rounded game. Just getting your opponent down, taking them down, can not only, you know, really put them in trouble in those positions on the ground itself. You know, even if you don't get the finish down here, or you're not able to get the, you know, maybe the damage output that you would want to, it just makes your opponent really second guess themselves and can take them out of their rhythm entirely. Really start to give them, you know, or put themselves in positions where they're going to allow locks that they wouldn't normally, right? Start to make mistakes. Easy, a lot more likely when you're in positions that you don't feel 100% comfortable in, Bane.
Cryptic really controlling this side control spot. A little bit of ground and pound from him there. Transitions into the back sitting area.
Yeah, he seems to really be struggling on bottom, does Reaper. Well, probably going to have to get it with some of the boys and work in the lab. He doing a good job of blocking here so far, but just the transitions is where he's struggling. See if he's going to be able to use this to get up. No, just Cryptic really does seem all over it as well. I mean, let's not take away from what this man is doing on the ground. He does seem to have great top control, but Reaper just having a lot of frustration in those positions, and so far just seems to be letting this fight slip away from him slowly but surely as we head into the third round there, Bane.
Reaper's going to need a finish, and that is absolutely expected after 2 rounds of getting dominated. Can't think of any significant moments for that red corner. Has to come out swinging in this one and avoid at all costs letting the fight go to the ground. Raw Cryptic likely going to shoot for a takedown very quickly.
For sure, starting out now, landing a good hook right there is Cryptic, trying to walk him onto somebody, keeps him to the body or sidekick to the body. Once again, staying in there, swarming him. I feel like now he feels that the slight stamina advantage, the head health, is going to start to go in his favor in these exchanges, Bane. And he may be right if he's not going to eat 1 or 2 of these big shots. So far, so good for him.
A big front kick from Raw Cryptic. Dips and throws a couple to the body, and midsection is getting busted, but that head is hurting for the Reaper. Good combination there from Reaper.
So
this is what he needs to do. He needs to pressure and suffocate Raw Cryptic if he wants any chance of getting his hand raised at the conclusion of this event.
Yeah, he really needs to get something going. Like you say, he needs a finish, brother. He needs a finish. And these are good shots that he's ripping, but, you know, just, I don't know if it's enough. You've got to be careful of those kicks on the inside. Needs to be a little bit more boxing. I feel like there's just a whole lot of frustration setting in. You can see him feathering the takedown defense, all becoming maybe a little bit problematic, all a little bit overwhelming with what Cryptic's been able to put on display. What a head kick, though!
Oh. And you could see exactly what you were just saying. He was so concerned with that takedown that he opened himself up for a massive head kick. Reaper, worse for wear as we approach the midway point of round 3.
Yeah, and I mean, look, Reaper definitely showed some holes on the ground, but... Oh! That could have been very dangerous. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, look, Reaper's definitely showed some holes on the ground, but let's not take away from Cryptic. He is just looking phenomenal. Lovely step up, gets the rock, now pressing forward for the finish. Can he get it? 2 minutes 5 on the clock.
Oh! Reaper with the opportunity of a lifetime. Rock Cryptic hurt bad. Reaper needs to push on the gas. This is the only moment in the fight that he has right now, and he lets it go.
Yeah, I mean, he needed something big. He had an opportunity to press it forward. Stamina maybe became a little bit of a concern, but with only a 1 minute 30 on the clock, you've got to let it all go. If there's a time, it's now.
Rock Cryptic absolutely putting on a vintage performance, truly outclassing Reaper at so many points in this fight. Third round, though, a little bit closer, obviously with the stuns. Turning takedown is there for Cryptic. That is likely the end of the fight.
Nice. Denial again. Yeah, he's shown such technical abilities on the top, able to hold these positions for massive amounts of time in the earlier rounds. Once again, able to get off the denial. Just a little bit more calmness on the ground of Reaper. It's, you know, it's easier to said than done, I suppose, at this stage. Gets the get up, though. Only 30 seconds. Now's your opportunity. Press forward. You need something. You need something big, and you need it now, Bane.
Reaper, little stamina to work with. Oh! Oh! Reaper down. Rock Cryptic follows. Is he going to finish? No, he is not.
Lovely denial. Great work. Great fight from both guys. I mean, Cryptic able to, I think, probably walk away with the victory this evening, at least by my scorecard there, Bane. All around the takedown, just beautiful work. Able to really put on a masterclass.
Rock Cryptic definitely did what you needed to do to win type performance. Would have liked a bit more urgency to get the finish, but at the end of the day, will be a unanimous decision for him. Would have liked to see the judges' scorecard to see if there were any 10-8 rounds in there. I don't think that there were, just really dominant 10-9s. But either way, that brings us to...
I've got a quick update for you. 30-27 on 2 judges' scorecards, 29-28 on the third one. So
interesting. Either way, main event is upon us of Primetime 26. EK Trickzzy defending against TD Fadantor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brother, I'm so excited for this one. I mean, Trickzzy has been a long-standing champion within the promotion, an absolute savage in the cage. Lovely guy out of it, but man, as soon as that cage door shuts, he's gonna fuck you up in as many ways that he will get an opportunity to. But he's up against a very, very tough opponent tonight in TD Fadantor that's shown to be, you know, very game all round. Whether it be on the grappling, whether it be in the striking, I think that these guys match up very, very well, you know, in all respects there, Bane, and I'm really, really intrigued to see how these guys match up in this one.
No, definitely, mate. I mean, Trickzzy was, what, 6-0 now, and last season he ended it with 11-1.
11-1, that's right, brother.
I mean, even that one was defended back against Honest Gym back when it was ICB. I don't see many people giving this man challenge in any weight class. I'm surprised he chooses to go welterweight over lightweight over the Dustin pick.
Oh, brother, he loves Usman recently. He loves Usman recently, and you're going to see why. He's a problem with him. All-rounded game. He'll mix in a little bit of the clinch and the grappling. He is a problem, brother. If you thought that, you know, the old Trickzzy was a nightmare, the new one's new and improved, and my God, he's a problem for everybody. But Fadantor feels like he has the answers this evening to walk away with gold for himself and TD. Let's see if he's able to get that going in the opening couple of seconds. 4 minutes 40 on the clock, and already a takedown from Trickzzy. Defended, though, from Fadantor.
Oh!
Beautiful.
Tried to go for that big suplex, denied. The #1 contender is Fadantor, so he deserves this spot more than anyone else.
for sure. He's been putting on great performances, man. He's had some tough outings as well and able to come back from them. Starting out good tonight. He trains with some of the best. He's trying to make himself known as one of the best. And beating Trickzzy would be, you know, one hell of a way to do so. He has to get something going, though. Trickzy's so dangerous. I know he's been a champion for such a long time. It's going to take a masterful performance to get him out.
I mean, right now, Trickzzy is John Jones in his prime. There's very, very little people out there that can even challenge him, let alone beat him. I'm curious to see what Fadantor has in his back pocket, because he best have something Trickzzy hasn't seen yet, because all first round Trickzzy is doing is making those reads, because when it comes to second round, that's when you see this man, you know, it is
yeah,
potential.
We've seen it time and time again there, Valentine. Second round is his most dangerous, but first round is dangerous too as he rocks him.
Fadantor momentarily stunned the champion, was eating some shots from that red corner, but found a big one that sent Rush flying backwards.
The leg health of GSP is, you know, starting to chip away slowly. So is Trickzy's body and head health. It's quite equal to Fadantor's head health. Now, I'm curious to see what Trickzzy can achieve on the with Usman, because GSP does have, I believe, the punch speed advantage and the footwork advantage over.
You may be right, brother. He's going to a lot of block breaking combinations right now, though, and they may end up going against him if Trickzzy decides to exchange on some of them. The power and the durability, I believe, on Usman's favor. I could be wrong. I'm not the stats guy, but I think that's right.
The punch speed is 92 across all boards, 95 power for the Nigerian Nightmare. Rush 89.
Great work.
That is going to make a huge difference, right? Especially with what GSP's 98 takedown and 98 top control. And I do not see Usman having the highest of bottom control. With either of these men, whoever gets on top is going to have much more success than the other.
Yeah.
Oh, who knows if we'll get to the takedowns, because the shots that Trickzzy is landing are very significant. You can see when Rush touches up the chin of the champion, there's a little bit of an effect, but when Trickzzy lands, there is definitely an impact.
And I'm just starting to worry about Fad's leg, because at this point, you know, that is going to have a huge impact, because this is a 5-round fight, not a 3-round fight. So leg health investments or viable.
Yeah.
Or is the viable strategy to go for?
Definitely can be, brother. Definitely can be. That's an interesting first round. The challenger having moments of success. 28 significant strikes to the 17 of the champion. More total strikes in the favor of the challenger as well. But as we have said, that first round is often where the champion is looking to make his reads and really looks to turn it on from the second, third onwards. We'll see if that's going to be what he's able to implement this evening, or if it's going to be much of the same from Fadantor. Starting out quickly, able to get the hip toss. Nice takedown from the champ.
Now this is going to be a very strong position for Usman, given us not only his top control, but also just the side saddle block breaking elbows.
95 ground striking to EK Trickzzy. Those hands are lethal at all distances, especially when on the mat. Good sprawl here for the challenger.
And goes for the backside, secures it. Let's see if he's going to posture up, take the back mount or the back sitting against GSP.
Trickzzy is a calm and composed grappler. He looks to work the GA and the ground and pound normally. Position is of utmost importance, though. He understands the importance of this tile defense. He understands that Fadantor is a dangerous, incredible threat to that title contendership. So he is taking no risks so far in the opening 1 or 2 minutes of this second round. I do apologize. Looking to work his way forward, work that ground and pound when he gets the opportunity. Decides to separate, which is an interesting choice there, Valentine.
I think maybe he just wanted to, you know, show Fadantor if he was to think about the fight hitting on the ground, he's not going to have as much success as he might anticipate.
One thing to note that's interesting statistically is the health stats. 4-star overall for GSP, 5-star overall for Usman. Every single category goes to the Nigerian Nightmare. Most notably, the recovery. 87 for Rush, 93 for the champion, as well as a 97 cardio, a 91.
Boys,
shots here landing.
Yeah, things are getting very spicy, heating up for sure. We've seen a couple of little side steps or stutter steps from the champion, able to counter beautifully on George St. Pierre, and then the uppercut from Fadantor once or twice, catching Trickzzy as he's gone to the body, guys. This is a absolute match of narrow margins with the leg rock, and now the head held.
Oh, it's Trickzy's head. He needs the uppercut on his way down to the body. Beautiful work from Fadantor.
The challenger right here wants to announce himself. Eats a right hand across the jaw. Trickzzy really too dominant in so many spots. He can't get him out of position, as Cyrus was just saying.
Okay, you look at him chopping at that leg. Now going to the clinch, working the body. Got to be careful of those kicks inside of boxing range, though. Fadantor's chambering up on these combinations, and they can be a whole problem for you.
Tried to set him up with the body feint on the pullback. Good job on Fadantor on not biting on that feint. Right now, Trickzzy is, having some adversity towards the end of the second round, which is, debatably one of stronger points for Trickzzy in a 5-round fight. But let's see what adjustments he made going into the third round.
That left leg is absolutely compromised for the Canadian. GSP struggling to stand or walk back to the corner. Champion lands 2 more leg kicks before the conclusion of the second round.
Yeah, those leg kicks are so problematic right now for Fadantor. You see how, it's flashing without even taking damage at this stage. We'll see how it recovers if the Iceman was able to get the swelling down and maybe get a little bit more movement back in that leg. It doesn't appear so. He instantly switches stances.
Not with that 87 recovery, mate. You're going to need more than an Iceman.
Might need an IV in between rounds. GSP getting to work though here. Fadantor, the challenger, still trying to earn some respect from the champion.
Yeah, his stamina looks really, really good. His head health a little bit compromised. Leg, obviously, very much so. The champion also having a little bit of damage output on his own head health. But he's looking really good now, and this is where the champion normally starts to take over. We'll have to see if Fadantor is able to get some money in the bank as he switches stances once more.
And rightfully so, because at this point, all it takes, well, possibly is 2 to 3 more leg kicks to get a knockdown. Goes for the turn against the fence. Beautiful read by Fadantor to defend the takedown and reverse it. Fadantor is not looking too bad on the head held comparison, even though, he does lack the stats against 4 stars to 5 stars, as Bane mentioned. But Fadantor is looking, pretty comfortable in this third round so far.
As you say, that big hip toss back to his feet, though, is the Fadantor.
Yeah, good late denial. The champion doing a great job of slipping off that center line, answering back with straights, tagging the leg health. The challenger with those body side kicks, trying to maintain a little bit of range, give himself a little bit of breathing room, but the champion not allowing it so far.
The challenger equally pressuring him back. Sorry there, Bane.
All good, trying to make some distance with those side kicks to the body. Needs to make space, does Fadantor. Have to think, though, that leg is going to start making him think about blocking low. EK Trickzzy loves to go high.
And he goes for the side control, secures it. Fadantor goes into sprawl position. You would think, he could potentially have the easy get up against the fence here. Is he going to go up? Is he going to go down? Play the mind trick on Trickzzy. Chooses to go up with the GA built up. Secures it. Let's see what he can get done from here.
Good body work there on the break. A little bit of a knee to the midsection. Again, Usman's body is a little bit worse for wear. Same with the head. 90 seconds remain in this third round.
Yeah, you see him blocking up high right now. Got to be wary of his legs as well. The champion ripping to the head with a lovely little combination. Not a lot of time left on the clock. You know that there's some big combinations to come to close out this round.
Is this the man to end Trickzy's reign? I do not know, but if anyone can do it at this point, I haven't seen Trickzzy being tested like this in a very, very, very long time.
Very close fight between these two through 10-15 minutes, but I have to think this 6-0 champion, undefeated this season, can dig deep and bite down on the mouthpiece when he needs to.
Double
the championship adjustments ought to be made in the next 2 rounds. I'm very, very curious to see what Trickzzy is going to come out with, because he showed his stand-up in the first round, showed his grappling in the second, or vice versa, sorry. Whew. This is a very, very tough fight. I think I would give 2 rounds to Trickzzy and the third one to the challenger.
Could well be right there, brother. This is a very, very closely contested match. We are now heading into the championship rounds. Both starting out very quickly, making their presence known, trying to impose their wills. Puts him down.
This is huge for Trickzzy. Let's see what he can do from here. Goes for a double punch on against the cage.
Again, it's the significance
himself.
Usman's power, definitely something to be considered. Whenever Usman is leading, whenever EK Trickzzy is leading, he is having so much more impact. That third round, he really let Fadantor dictate all the paces, but that's a great hook from Fadantor.
Just
clinches him, goes for the takedown. Fadantor able to secure the defense.
Just stinging each other with these shots. Every strike that's landed on the head seems to have a noticeable effect on their opponent. Good takedown at T-Vents once again from the champion, but Fadantor not giving him any breathing room thus far there, Bane.
Oh, he rocks him.
Trickzzy stunned!
Beautiful sway. Counters it with a hook. Not able to get any rock with the block being so high for Fadantor.
Wow, Fadantor giving the champion everything and then some. He wants to make it, and new Trickzzy needs that hand still.
It would be absolutely history-making if he's able to bring the reign of Trickzzy to an end and, you know, move that strap to another camp. The champion is doing everything he can to make sure that he retains it for himself, for EK. He has put in the work in the gym, put in the work in the cage, and now is hoping that that all comes to fruition tonight, Valentine, as he now rides out this top control position.
All it takes is one posture up and raining shots, because Usman, like Bane suggested, has 95 ground striking, which cannot be denied. These elbows are doing damage to GSP's chin. He gets the top mount. This is very, very, very bad for Fadantor, because this is the last position he wants to be in. These shots are going to be raining through the block.
Mate.
Survivability for the challenger, but he needs to get out of this position. Minute 10 left to work. EK Trickzzy looking for that ground and pound. This is bad.
That denial was massive, Valentine. Now the ground and pound.
Beautiful read from Fadantor there. Trickzzy mixing it up by feinting mounts, which is something you do not see. I've actually never seen, to be transparent, and he puts him off his top with that slip. Beautiful takedown defense. Let's see what he can do here. Goes for the double knee and lands the uppercut. Not enough to get any damage done there.
You see GSP very, very much hurt and damaged right now, trying to look for a nice slip, doing well with the head movement, attacking the body well. Last second going into the fifth and final round there, Bane. What a war this has been.
The challenger.
Trickzzy to the 5th round.
Yes.
Fadantor, the #1 contender, the challenger for the throne, extends the champion through 20. Final 5 minutes are upon us. EK Trickzzy undefeated, having the fight of his life against Fadantor.
My God.
This is bad for Fadantor.
Beautiful denial by Trickzzy there. That is huge for him. Now, if he's able to just secure the ground, he doesn't even have to rush the finish, because on my cards, Fadantor won the 3rd round. Even the 4th round, he had some success with the rocks. Trickzzy did knock him down and land significantly more strikes than him.
This is where the health stats of GSP are really emphasized. Truly not someone that you want as you go deeper. Trickzzy, beautiful work right there.
This is all but done. Trickzzy is homing in on this victory. Goes for the crucifix, secures that thing. Now this is going to be a world of pain for Fadantor.
Trickzzy showing shades of his former campmate.
This could be it. One more elbow and Fadantor's dreams are crushed.
That is it. All it takes is 2 shots from here.
Wow.
And still. The man, the myth, the legend, EK Trickzzy picking up another big W in potentially his mostly closely contended fight thus far. Fadantor putting up an excellent battle and rally of a fight, but all the champion over the course of those championship rounds, as he's able to close it out with some beautiful ground and pound there, Bane. You gotta love to see it.
He dug deep and he did what he needed to do in that 5th and final round. Silenced all hopes of Fadantor to wear the primetime strap and still run through Trickzzy Station. Beautiful defense of the belt.
Absolutely beautiful. He was winning on the judges' scorecards, as you can see right there as well. 40-36 on one of the judges' scorecards. That's a surprising result, but what a performance from the champion. You love to see it all round. Absolutely phenomenal fight, start to finish, guys. Been a pleasure to call them as always. We will be back with you now, if you didn't know, Monday 2:30 Eastern with Savannah v EK Bang Bang. Make sure to tune in for that one. Non-stop action, start to finish as always. Primetime's going to deliver. Start your week off in style. With that being said, though, we are going to hit a raid up within the community, call an end to this event. It has been a pleasure calling these fights with you. Stay tuned as we hit up Cage Rage, but honestly, Bane, Valentine, pleasure as always, guys.
Absolutely.
Likewise.